The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
Pacific414 Pop Talk is here. Sit back and relax and join the conversation. We've got Baron, Norman, Tax, Cash Money, 007, and even Mike too. Pop culture, entertainment, news and reviews. Discussions are had, opinions made. From the panel to the chat, everyone is welcome here. Reactions, watch parties, and special guests. We like to have a good time. Pacific414 Pop Talk is underway. Pull up a seat, we're inviting you to stay. Articles, collectibles, reviews, you say. Baron, Cash, and Mike bring the fun tonight. Now sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Don't forget to like or comment below. We almost forgot to share out the show. Pacific414 Pop Talk is one of a kind. It's true. Well, true. It's true. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome, one and all, to this edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk for Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. Along with Baron Norman Tag, I am your host, Mike, and this evening we have a few articles that we would like to discuss. One of them being an update to the Gina Carano wrongful termination lawsuit that she filed against Disney. There's an update to that case that we will get to. Another story we'll talk about during our time on YouTube and Rumble and X is a story from comicbook.com, and it's about Jenna Ortega revealing why she decided to exit Scream 7. And we will also talk about an article from Superhero Hype, and it's more news about another delay for the Batman 2. Aw, the hell you say? And then we'll also talk about an article from Game Rant, where the original director of the Naked Gun has reacted to Liam Neeson's reboot. We will also talk about an article from Bounding into Comics, and this article specifically talks about the upcoming update for this Friday for Marvel Rivals, and one new character being added to that. And then we will take a look at an article from Dark Side of Gaming, where La Chimera, a futuristic sci-fi shooter from former Metro Exodus devs. So we'll take a look at that. And then, of course, the main event of tonight's show, the one that you see on the thumbnail, we will take a look at an article from Phantom Pulse, where Nintendo of America's vice president has addressed pricing for Switch games like Mario Kart World. But before we get into that, Baron, how are you doing?
It helps if I hit the right button on that one. Hey, everybody, welcome to Pop Talk on the Wednesday edition. I'm doing absolutely freaking fantastic, don't you know? And, it's so quiet. We still have an empty chair here. I guess Cash is busy right now. He is currently doing a Topless Car Wash in Fullerton, Colorado, Fullerton, California. There, not too far from his home, and all the proceeds go to his favorite charity himself. So, if you're in the Fullerton area, please swing by the Gulp and Blow on the corner of Fourth and Fifth, and yeah, get yourself a car wash at the Topless Car Wash. Yeah, I hear Gorlock is the main attraction. Gorlock to the story. So, yeah.
No, truth be told, got a message from Cash last night. He said he might be here. So who knows? He may be here. He may not be here. I don't know.
I don't believe him. He lies. He lies to us. I'm sorry.
But you know
I'm
who is
sorry.
here?
Yeah, I see who's here.
The Padawannabe.
But da, 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 da.
And I appreciate you liking the X post and, of course, going over to the Rumbles. Excuse me. You know, that last bite of my dinner, I put a little bit too much pepper on, and now I'm paying the price.
Little pepper in there, boy. Little pepper. Hey, Chipper, Chipper, you suck. Little pepper. Little more pepper in there.
But I appreciate you leaving the like button and everything over on Rumble as well, Padawannabe.
But
And
you can train him. You can train him.
and as far as what's been going on for me, well, it's a cooler day today, and you know those nice mid 70s, lower 80 days. Well, they're gone for now, but you know, it usually happens this time of year around here where
Mhm.
spring will make its arrival and then say, okay, I'm leaving. I'm going to let winter come back for a little bit more. I might return later on in the month, later on in the week, who knows? But, you know, you've had your fun.
Mhm.
Hey, you know, just keeping busy and doing what needs to be done. And, of course, preparing for the upcoming live stream on the 26th. I did a couple things with that last night, actually, just to try to get everything as ready as possible. And it's good to see Tommy of Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Come on, Evie Mux, show his name. Thank
Evie
you.
Box.
And he's over on the X side. Really appreciate it, Tommy.
Wow. I tell you. That's getting a lot of attention over there, huh? Yeah.
And Padawannabe says, so Pacific probably not up to the Hot Wings challenge. It depends. It really depends.
Mm. I actually got a pizza the other day, Italian sausage and jalapenos. It's like, it's good. I need some heat in my life. I miss having heat. I've been around the wimps way, 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 way too much. So
And how did that pizza taste? I mean, it sounds
good.
good to me.
It nom nom nom. I have to do it again sometime. It was that Domino's. You get a special thing they have. So get a medium two topping. I might splurge next time. Add something more on there. I was hoping they'd have those ghost peppers. Oh, that'd be good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've tried
Yeah.
them once and never again. It's like I like hot stuff, but the ghost pepper, ooh, that's right. That's where I draw the line.
Mike was not heard for a week after that.
And I see what you did there, Barrett. I see what you did there.
I'd buy that for $1.
You're right.
Parent Orman tags Fandom Legacy. My co-host says celebrates 20 months of membership. A member for 20 months, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. Where'd you get the T-shirt? I don't have any T-shirts yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Visit Cash at Topless Car Wash at the Golden Whoa in Fullerton, California. Say hi to Corlock. Baird.
Yeah, one of my best bits yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you could listen to Cash give a seminar on these people.
You goobers. Yeah. Yeah, these people.
And sorry that your internet's still giving you trouble, Tommy.
Oh, dang. A lot of people have been having a lot of internet issues lately.
Hmm. I know around here we've been having some internet issues because they're slowly but surely upgrading to fiber optic cable. So
Mm, Nothing like some good fiber optic action, I tell you what.
yeah, but
Uh,
you know what happens when they install the fiber optic? The bill goes up.
yep, you know it. You know it. It's like well, any excuse
Hmm.
to drain us of our hard-earned cash, like trying to get blood from a stone or turnip or whatever it is. I don't know.
You've been listening to this channel longer than 2 years, Pat. I want to be.
I've been on this channel for longer than 2 years. Uh,
It probably feels like 100 years to you, Baron.
yeah, it does. Well, it probably seems longer to you because I've been on it for so long.
No, but I have a lot of fun doing this, and
Oh yeah.
that's the main thing that you have to do is you have to have fun. I mean, if you can get somebody in the chat to laugh at you doing a silly bad impression of Macho Man Randy Savage after the end of the stream, hey,
Oh yeah.
life's good. Oh yeah, that's right. Last night after I completed Metro 2033 Redux, yeah, that's right. I am. That's what game I'm going to be playing next week. Oh yeah.
I saw a little bit where they were going about his real voice, listening to him in his real
Hmm.
voice. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one guy sat back and said, "Yeah, his voice kind of got by doing his yelling and marijuana, his constant
Yeah,
marijuana smoking."
that was his late brother
Oh,
who
his like, where
has
did
sadly passed, and yeah,
oh his brother passed too? Oh shit,
yeah.
man, bad enough we
Lanny
lost.
Poffo, also known as the Genius.
Yeah, yeah. I found that funny. Smoking all the weed and yelling. Oh yeah, he was quite a character. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. And Tommy says he's been doing this for 9 years. Oh yeah, get on top of that top rope, Tommy, and deliver a mighty elbow drop. Yeah.
Oh, I was laughing at YouTubers far longer than that, and what happened? I became one. I became what I mocked. I became what I despised. I
I
became.
I said I would never become a YouTuber.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, okay.
I looked at it. I looked at it all, going, "These guys are morons. These are idiots. These are buffoons. These people don't have a life." And then,
Welcome to the club, Baron. Welcome to
yeah,
the
then I
club.
realized, yeah, I didn't have a life, so I just joined it. It's like, okay, okay, you won this time.
You won this round.
You won this round. You suckered me in. Now I'm behind a microphone, trying to sound intelligent.
Going it'll be 6 years for the channel in November. I actually started it originally in 2019. Then, a couple things happened where I deactivated the channel. It was all because of Copa. I've mentioned this before, where I had a knee jerk reaction, deactivated the channel when I shouldn't have. I should have just calmed down, stepped back, but I didn't. I had a knee jerk reaction and deactivated the channel. Then I reactivated it in 2020. I've been going ever since. Now, the Twitch channel was started in March of 2019, so that's how long I've been doing this.
And little known fact, Mike's channel was one of those I was mocking back then. So,
And how you doing, Shane? Good to see you, brother.
Shane, come back, Shane, come back. Sorry, see a little Western reference there.
We should watch Shane one of these days.
Hmm.
Not you, you're on the movie Shane,
Yeah, I
the
don't want to watch
Western.
you. I don't want to watch you. No offense, but you're not my type.
Yeah.
You got a hot
Yeah.
sister? Uh,
That is saying
um,
I went down on under 100 subs again since Abion's problem. Guess I need to start
mm,
to get the numbers going for real. It's all sport right now. Thank you all. Well, you know what, Padawannabe? It's just part of being on the platform.
yeah.
There comes times a year where YouTube does its purging of inactive accounts,
Hmm.
and you do see a reduction in subs. Some are minor, some are major, depending on how many subs they take away.
Or how much you piss them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good at that, aren't we? Well, Cash is, but he's not here, so we should have a good, less chance of that happening tonight.
And Shane says he's named after that movie. I did not know that.
I was guessing that, but I didn't want to presume. But I was guessing it.
And yes, it is an awesome movie. It is.
That's Alan Ladd. That's an Alan Ladd film, isn't it?
I think so. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, Alan Ladd. Of course, if it is Alan Ladd, we have a lot to thank for his son, who helped us with Star Wars, Alan Ladd Jr., and a bunch of other stuff. Alan Ladd
Uh,
Jr. is the type of guy that Hollywood needs right now. That's all I gotta say. But
I'm
he's
looking. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking.
Hey, Apollome's Minion. Hi, how you doing? How's
Apollo,
your?
Simi, how are you both doing tonight? Come on, bring it back up, Evenimux.
Well, because I brought it up and just I thought I'd do that while you're looking up.
Of course, it
Yeah, we
mentions
need more
George
Alan Ladds and less James
Stevens.
Guns.
I'm looking at the cast and crew right now, Baron. So give me a second. I've got to scroll through it
Oh, I think.
alphabetically.
Oh, I think you. I think you're wrong. Said yeah, and Jean Arthur in her prime. Ooh,
Yes.
heart, heart, heart. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. It's a good
Isn't it
movie.
amazing? Yeah. How beautiful women were. I mean, just thinking, look, even films of the 80s and all that, how beautiful. And then you start wondering what happened. They're so plastic now.
Well, that's because most of them go under the knife.
Hmm. Yeah, it's enough of that. Enough of that.
We don't need women going under the knife. I can understand certain circumstances.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can understand that wholeheartedly.
Hmm.
But it seems like a lot of Hollywood still likes to go under the knife.
It becomes an
Uh,
addiction.
yeah, I mean, even this past weekend, people were saying, "Oh, it looks like Jenna Ortega's had some work done." I'm looking at the picture and going, "The only thing I'm seeing different is her hairstyle."
Hmm. Well, that's kind of going under the knife. It's snip, snip, snip. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Being a smart aleck. Never mind.
But yeah, let's see. Uh,
Yeah,
I
Jean
don't
Art.
see it here on IMDb, but you know how IMDb can be sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, Alan Ladd, Jean Arthur, and Van Heflin. Oh, you can't leave out Van Heflin. There you go.
No.
Yep, we got to watch it. 1953. Well, and
Anymore now.
mhm. It's but and also all this obsession with getting all these tattoos and it's like okay fine someone wants to have a tattoo whatever but a lot of these that put it on they look like a NASCAR with the advertising all over them other than actual pieces of work of art
Hmm.
you see some of those you know when somebody gets one of those sleeves like that are just beautiful like oriental style or whatever but no it's like oh I'm going to have this here that there this here and they look like they're advertising like NASCAR, and it's like, no, it doesn't look good. Stop it. I can
For
understand getting
some
something
people,
perfect.
it looks fine.
Yeah.
Tattoos. Other people, it's like no, that's not a good look for you.
Well, it depends on the tattoo and how they do it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people think too much when they do get them. Sometimes it's like, think of this as art, and your body is the palette, and the palette itself is a piece of art. What are you going to
Mhm.
compliment it with? Me, I got a naked woman with an anchor on mine. So
Somehow, even if you are joking, somehow I could see that being the truth.
if I was in the Coast Guard or the Navy, I might have done something like that, but no, I don't have any tattoos. No,
I mean,
my honest thing.
I've got nothing against people who have tattoos. It's their body. If they want to
Yeah, yeah,
pay for a tattoo to get inked
yeah.
on their skin, why not?
Right. That's just it. Yeah. It doesn't mean that I have to sit back and say, "Oh, that looks marvelous," when it doesn't look marvelous. And I just guess I kind of go back to the old thing that uh, that tattoos and brandings were used for slave markers on people.
Hmm.
And I just kind of associate. I know that throughout times it changed, but which is one of the reasons why the Jews, if you're a good observant Jew, you're not supposed to have tattoos on your body. Which, of course, the little thing that happened between 39 and 45 was kind of a even more insult to injury with the numbers being tattooed on. But the as it goes, pretty sure the Egyptians marked them with tattoos, and that was to say, get out of the slave mentality. You're not
Hmm.
slaves no more. You're free. So
Yeah.
mhm. There you go, a little theology slash history for you kids. There will be a test on Sunday's edition of Pop Talk. I hope you took notes.
I don't think they're ready to take any notes, but
Yeah,
I
well,
think everybody should be ready for our first article here. So let me go
we got an
ahead and
article.
get that screen ready, and I will
Yeah.
go ahead and share it.
Okay, get that screen in.
Yeah, I'm getting that screen, brother. I'm getting that screen.
Oh,
Wait, Cash isn't here. Why are you playing his twinkly
because
sparkly?
we're dealing with the land of imagination and magic. And look how magical they can piss millions away.
And Apollo Me says I have a quarter sleeve that is a dragon holding flowers with a hummingbird hovering around the flowers.
Now
Uh,
that's art.
I could see that being a real cool tattoo too.
Yeah, exactly. Now that's art. It takes a lot of time too.
Hmm.
I mean, it is really true art if done right.
I mean, I've seen people that I've worked with tattoos, and
Hmm.
all the detail that's gone into them, and
Hmm.
you know even asking them, what's the story behind this tattoo, if you don't mind me
Hmm.
asking.
I was drunk in Las Vegas.
Mm.
Thank you,
But
Cash.
because some of these tattoos, they do have a good story behind them.
Yeah, that's why I always sit back and say, if you get a tattoo, it should be something of note or whatnot. I mean, someone who served in a particular branch of the military or some special institution, or you know, like Apollo me having a nice sleeve with a dragon, because I'm sure there's a story
Hmm.
behind that. Uh,
Hmm.
or someone else doing it, someone putting like the big patriotic eagle sleeve on there. Obviously, this guy is, America. Yeah. It's like, all sorts of stuff. But when you start seeing, like I said, it's just all over the place, um, and not having any correlation with each other, it's just, it doesn't look good that way. But, like Apollonie is saying, that's got to look beautiful and
Hmm.
such. And you see, like I said, see some of those Oriental ones, and Then you got that other one that in the Middle East where they have that geometrical shapes on the hands going up the arm.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, those are neat. I know there's temporary ones, but I think they do some of those in permanent, and it's like
And Padawan says, I know a couple that is covered in tattoos, but they are all had a purpose.
hmm
They even have each other's names under their wedding rings.
hmm
That's commitment right there.
let's hope they stay together, no divorce.
Hmm.
Kind of hard. It's like when someone puts if you're going to put a name on you from somebody, especially someone of the that's you having relations with, it better damn well be strong because if there's a
Yeah.
breakup, you got that. Unless of course you do something over it, which I've seen people do. But yeah, don't do
Yeah, talented tattoo artists will be able to cover that up where you won't even be able to tell it's there.
it. They do a lot of it with scars too.
Hmm.
Somebody would have scars and whatever, so they'll put a tattoo artist will put around there and hide it or not make it noticeable or part of the work. And it's like now there's skill and you can understand that.
Hmm. Yep.
hmm
So
I'm,
we
I'm
have
not
this
getting
art.
down on people with tattoos. I just want to let you know that. Me personally, I'm not into tattoos. Uh, and I hope I made it known that yeah, I mean if there's something really special and all that, yeah, and done right. I just make criticism for the trailer trash. I just got myself some booze. I went down to the tattoo, and I got okay, whatever. You
I mean,
juggalo.
like I said earlier, it's that person's skin. If they want
Oh
to
yeah,
get a tattoo, no, it's their
right.
money. They can do whatever they want.
I ain't gonna stop anybody from doing it. But for a person like that, it's easier to identify the body when they get drunk and fall over in the ditch and don't get back up.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, so we have this article from that park place, and it's by M. Montanero. It was posted on Monday, and it says Gina Carano responds to court victory in lawsuit against Disney. A small breath of fresh air as judge orders Disney to turn over actor pay records.
I have not read. I knew there was a thing, but I did not want to know anything because I figured Mike would have the article. So,
I was looking for articles before the show started just to see if anything else had popped up, and I saw this. I'm like,
hmm
okay,
yeah, it's rather. Yeah, this is rather boom. I think is it Dateline today?
it's datelined yesterday, but I mean, it's still recent news.
Yep. Maybe it was yesterday. I saw that later, but I don't know. But I knew we were going to talk about
The legal battle between Gina Carano and Disney has just entered a new and potentially game changing phase. Following a federal judge's decision to grant Carano's motion to compel Disney has been ordered to turn over key internal compensation records tied to The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, The Book of Boba Fett, Andor, The Acolyte, and the upcoming The Mandalorian and Grogu film.
it.
We'll
Yeah,
get the
upcoming my ass.
line a day.
hmm I don't think doubt that it's going to happen.
The ruling contract data with sorry, I skipped a paragraph. The ruling forces the entertainment giant to hand over verified spreadsheets and actor contract data within 20 days. As of this posting, a significant victory in Carano's ongoing wrongful termination lawsuit. Now, Carano has responded publicly to the development with a calm but firm statement expressing both gratitude and resolve. And before I read that, I want to read what Apollomedes is saying here about her tattoo on her arm. The flowers are for my grandmother, and the hummingbird is my mom, and the dragon is me, protecting family.
There we go.
Love that. Love the meaning
Yep.
behind it, too.
Yeah. In other words, people don't mess with the family. Don't mess with the
All right. So, this is her tweet. This is a small breath of fresh air in this long, arduous process. I am grateful to the court for moving so quickly. I look forward to the details of my case becoming public and clearing my name, which will allow me to continue doing what I love without such brutal. Let's see a little bit more of it, and now also
They probably
share
have it.
the
Oh,
share the screen. Yeah, yeah, but I want to show
okay.
the source.
I'll go back to my corner. Going back. Okay, I'm back to my corner. Hold on.
Anyways, and it says I look forward to the details of my case becoming public and clearing my name, which will allow me to continue doing what I love without such brutal discrimination. I remain incredibly grateful for this opportunity to defend myself against this Goliath. Thank you, Elon Musk X. And of course, here's the court document.
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and post a link to Gina's X account so you can all read it
Mm-hmm.
if you wish. But I want her to get a victory in this. I do. I
Yeah.
want her to be able to stand tall after all is said and done, and you know
The blatant.
get her career back on track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was blatant sexism.
Hmm.
You don't follow us, so we're going to do nasty things to you.
Well, also it's because she wasn't lockstep, goose step
That's what I
with
mean.
what Disney wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't think like us. You're not a real woman.
Oh, but she is. She is.
No, she is what they claim they wanted. A strong female, and she is. I know they'll step back and call us simps and Gina simps, but uh, but no, if she was done wrong, she was one of the best things that came out of the Mandalorian, and they really hosed everything up. And I think that was one of the things that really did hurt them. If they would have
Yeah.
gone with that New Republic series with her as the lead that they originally planned, uh, it might have given a little bit more blood. I mean, I'm sure they probably still run themselves in the ground, but I think they would have been able to last a little longer and get more credibility.
I think so too, but I mean, we've seen how Disney can so easily shoot themselves in the foot.
Oh, more and more so, more and more so.
Shane, 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 Shane. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm gonna say.
hmm 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 They call comfort ladies.
And of course, this is what her attorney said. Discovery motion granted in Gina Carano's case against Disney. The court is forcing Disney to turn over information about how stars like Pedro Pascal, Rosario Dawson, and others from The Mandalorian, other Disney Plus Star Wars shows, and the forthcoming movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah,
hmm
good.
I mean, are they even filming that yet, or have they filmed that? If they haven't started filming it, it's going to be DOA.
I don't even think they started filming it.
Okay, it's DOA. Ain't going to happen. I think we would have heard a lot of news by now if it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Would have seen behind the scenes pictures if they were actually
hmm
filming it.
Yeah.
The court order issued in the Central District of California compels Disney to produce pay data for several major Star Wars actors, including Pedro Pascal, Rosario Dawson, Amanda Steinberg, Diego Luna, and Carl Weathers. These documents are critical for Carano's legal team to evaluate how much she might have earned had she not been fired from The Mandalorian in
hmm
2021.
Right. And whatever the contract was they're gumming up with for that new
Yeah.
Republic series.
Gene Scher, Carano's lead attorney, summarized the significance of the ruling. Discovery motion granted in Gina Carano's case, as we already read,
Mm-hmm.
and we already read all this.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, again, we've already read this part too.
Blah 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 yada yada.
Yeah. And of course, it mentions the financial harm that she suffered after
hmm
being let go. And, the way that Disney did it was dirty.
Yeah.
It was absolutely dirty.
Oh.
But this is also the same company that produced the failure that is Snow White.
Oh, I love.
I will keep mentioning that as often as I can, Baron.
Yeah, go right ahead. Just like I like to comment about how New Trek has 3 canceled series under a paywall.
Mm-hmm. Disney now has a narrow 20-day window to comply.
hmm
Resistance is futile in this case, Disney.
hmm
And failure to do so could result in sanctions, a finding of contempt, or the court taking Disney's noncompliance into account when weighing future motions. The judge made it clear that Disney cannot play procedural games to delay disclosure. Good, good.
Yep.
A judge that's standing up against the mouse. Good.
Well, that can get you some good cred if you do that, especially when they smell blood. And let's face it, there's blood in the water with Disney right now.
And Padawannabe says, "Oh, I am a Gina simp. Remember, Gina
hmm
is the one who did the M&A
Yep.
weigh in the buff. Hello, nurse. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was also in the reboot of American Gladiators.
Mm. Yep. 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 Yep.
Yep, yep,
Gina
yep, yep,
is a
yep.
pretty woman. She is a very
Beautiful
lovely
woman.
to. Oh, very much so. And
The,
strong. I'd feel safe around her.
heck,
Protect you, Gina.
no, I want her to go into battle with me.
Mm-hmm. Be my shield maiden. Her husband's a very lucky man. That's all I gotta say. I hate him.
I don't know if she's married though.
I think she is married. Yeah, I think she is.
And
I think she mentioned that she was.
all I want to know, and all that I would care about, is that if someone said,
Shasho, Shashman, Jaskak.
He said, "Today is a good day to die."
Mm-hmm.
someone said today's a good day to die, that she'd be right there charging with me. Remember, I'll
hmm
Rambo it.
Oh yeah. Again, remember one of the names that she did use was Crush, and boy, we do have a crush on her.
Yeah, and let's not forget she was also in the first Deadpool movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The court also denied Disney's request to sanction Carano's legal team, rejecting the studio's attempt to paint her motion as baseless and burdensome. Instead, the judge outlined which documents must be turned over immediately and left the door open for additional discovery if Carano's damages expert determines more data is needed. The latest development follows weeks of criticism directed at Disney for its continued exclusion of Carano from company platforms. Just weeks ago, ESPN, which is owned by Disney, released a Women's History Month tribute to the pioneers of women's mixed martial arts.
mm-hmm.
And, and she was a pioneer. I mean,
Yeah.
look at her there. Look at her there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Carano, widely credited with helping to popularize women's MMA, was completely omitted from the segment. Yeah, see, it's Gina that paved the way, not Ronda
Mm-hmm.
Rousey. Gina.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I want Gina on my side.
In a heartbeat.
With the court now ordering Disney to reveal what it has long kept behind closed doors, the pressure is mounting. Carano's case has become a lightning rod in the broader conversation about cancel culture, ideological discrimination in Hollywood, and corporate accountability. Backed by Elon Musk, who and supported by critics of Disney's internal politics, the lawsuit is shaping up to be far more than a personal dispute. It's a referendum on how the entertainment industry treats dissent.
Mm-hmm. And
I
even worse, when it's supposed to be your, it's supposed to be what you're supposed to be fighting for. Strong women.
mhm. Yeah, they wanted the strong women. That's what they were preaching.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do? They get rid of Gina because she doesn't conform to their
Mm-hmm.
beliefs. She thinks with her own mind.
How dare she? Doesn't she know she should be in the kitchen making sandwiches and washing dishes? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She might throw the dishes at you and use them as weapons.
Maybe that's what I'm wanting. Gina, I need to be punished.
Oh, great! Now we're finding out Baron's dirty fantasy. Oh, okay. Mike, what are you gonna do? She's got you pinned. You what? Like I'm gonna fight it?
Ah, death by snoo snoo.
You're
Death
damn
by
right.
snoo snoo.
You're damn right. Go ahead, call me a Gina Carano simp.
Yeah.
Guilty as charged.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean we did fall in love with her. I mean, figuratively with the role. She's playing this role very strong. A woman, uh, kicking ass, taking names, but still very feminine. And she worked so well with the late great Carl Weathers. Damn it, I hate the fact that he's gone. But I think we need this, Mike.
Simping is such a major turnoff to women.
I hope you don't think that way, Gina. No.
She could kick our ass.
Yeah.
And
And
we'd have a smile on her face.
yeah, in the emergency room. Yeah, it was worth it.
Let's see. Mr. Pacific. You have ooh, you have several bone fractures, a cracked rib, your pelvis, well, that's
But
gonna oh boy.
I like to sit back and say we better be careful, or else Gina's biggest simp will come and kick our ass. We don't need drunk 3PO coming after us.
Hey, I've already admitted I'm a Gina Carano simp. What can I
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what the hell? I am too. And uh, why not?
I'm a proud Gina Carano simp.
hmm Oh, I guess she isn't, but she's in a long term relationship, so that means there's a chance.
Are you telling me there's still a chance?
hmm But still, I think he's a MMA fighter, so we don't want to piss him off. Oh, he's a Thai fighter. Not TIE, but THAI fighter. Hey, whoa! Look at the Star Wars tie-in. She's married to a Thai fighter. Woo!
Mm.
You can't write this shit, folks.
You can't. And Huron says she reminds me of a young Lucy Wallace. She's pretty hot. Yeah, I mean Lucy
Yeah,
Wallace. Mm, yeah, yeah,
yeah. She was, yeah, and she still is a nice looking woman.
yeah. Bro, that's I'm still going. I did say back then. I said Lucy Wallace. Yeah.
But I like Gabrielle better myself.
I like them both. Okay.
I like them both. I like them both. Yeah, but if you say you have a choice, it's like Gabrielle, come with me, please.
I
I
mean,
got,
yeah, that'd be fine. But again, I want someone who's going to go into battle with me.
well, Gabrielle would. She was a fighter.
Yeah, but Xena and Gina with us going
Xena,
deep into the
Gina.
trenches.
Well, but we need. Why not have Gabrielle join as well? More the merrier. More the merrier.
Yeah, we're gonna need someone to watch our back and kick some ass doing so.
Exactly. I like that, Gina and Xena. But yeah,
And
I mean, there also I think should be a reckoning for all the lies they said about
yeah,
her.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That they
All the,
still
the
spread around.
disparaging remarks. I mean, Pedro Pascal,
Yeah.
his ex post. Anybody remember that? Losers in the Civil War, losers in 2020, so on and
Hmm.
so forth.
Hmm.
No
Use
repercussions.
hmm. Right. And they
I
try to
mean,
sit back and they try to sit back and say her post was racist, and it wasn't.
mhm. I mean, look at Rachel Ziegler. You know,
Hmm.
Snow White, Snow
Yeah.
Not, more like it. And look at her post. What she had to say against Trump supporters. Now, I don't care if you're a Trump supporter. You're not a Trump supporter. But you don't tell someone to fuck off and wish death on them.
Right. Right. That kind of is a little beyond the pale. You don't do stuff like that. That's a no no. And you wonder why you don't have fans or why you lose fans. You know, I mean, she's out there now saying about how great the original was in and blah 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 after she crashed it, because I know Disney had a talk with her and they said, "Look at these returns. This is because of you." And it's all
Too little, too late. Too little,
yeah.
too
Oh,
late, Baron.
hi everybody. You put me on camera, get tacky. Yeah, it is too little, too late, and it's being forced to.
Yeah.
It's not genuine
Well,
because
whenever someone is forced to issue an apology and it's not coming from them genuinely, it it's not it's not real. It's just
well,
not
see
real.
that's why I hate public apologies. I really do. First of all, if you did something wrong, right, it's to the person you did it to, not
Mhm.
me, because I'm just the outsider looking in. So don't apologize to me. But if you screwed somebody over, that they're making you do this apology, that's who it is. Not everybody. And if it's not genuine, just keep your mouth shut. At
Yeah.
least know where we stand with each other, and I appreciate that more. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being a smartass about it. I appreciate you more when I know where you stand.
If you have genuine remorse about what you said
Hmm.
and what you did, that goes a long way with me.
Hmm.
Goes further with me than someone being forced to issue an apology.
Hmm. Well, you can tell when it is real. And what are they sorry for? That they got caught? Are they sorry they're having to do this? It's like it's BS. I don't want to hear another public apology for the rest of my life, unless it is something truly someone holds us over as the people, like a politician, and they mean it.
Mhm. But it's not often that you'll hear a politician actually apologize to his constituents and those that he represents or she represents.
Mhm. And we got Jess Parkson. Well, no, my tobacco hasn't tasted different lately. I mean, I do different blends, but this is called Pirate Cake, a nice Latakia blend. And what's interesting about it is it comes like this. I have to crumble it, and I love it because you know that being fresh like this stuff, just like they used to do in the old days. You know it's good. Don't get it loose. Just get something like that. I
Yeah.
found a place that sells it like that, and yeah, I'm hooked. I mean, I did this before. I had pirate cake before, but it was so hard to find. Now I found a place I can get stuff like that. So,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Whenever we're looking for something, it's good to find a place that actually offers what we're looking for
hmm.
in the way that we're looking for it, like that. That's compact when you get it. You just have
Hmm.
to break it apart and
Hmm. Right, right, and yeah, and I don't mind getting my fingers stained doing that. But yeah, it's a nice Latakia. I like Latakia. I love English blends.
well, that's how you pipe smoke about it. You're
Hmm.
proper.
Yeah, proper. I do say. Yeah.
Yes, I do say.
I do blame Tolkien and Lewis and Sherlock Holmes and a lot of others for getting me into smoking a pipe because I always thought it looked intellectual. Yeah, if somehow It doesn't work with me. I don't know.
Yeah, but see, if it was a corn pipe, then you'd be eating spinach. You would have
No,
it. You would have a
okay.
tattoo. You'd
I,
be a one-eyed sailor,
mm-hmm.
and you
I
would
got.
talk with a gravelly voice.
Well, I do have a corn cob pipe. Maybe I should bring it out and do it sometime on a future episode.
A future episode of Baron the Sailor Man.
Okay. Have you done Robert Altman's Popeye with Robin Williams?
No, we haven't. And I've been really wanting to do a watch
There we go.
party of that Popeye because I
Then
love that
that's
film. I love
yeah,
that.
it's a good film. It's a bizarre film, but good. It's surreal, and that's the perfect time to bring out the corn pop pipe, corn pop, corn, whatever. Corn
Corn
pop's a
Pop's a
bad dude.
bad dude.
We were doing that so much these last few years.
Corn Pop's a bad dude, Olive.
His name's Bluto. I wouldn't.
All right.
I don't think I'd put Popeye in the same category as Brandon.
No.
I mean,
Well,
anime guy. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Brandon.
careful. He might go Super Saiyan on you.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Has it been 6 months yet? Every 6 months, I usually get something from that direction going. You haven't been on lately. Get over here.
Well, you never know. Between now and next week, Baron, get on.
And you know what I'll do?
When do you need me? Now.
Yeah. I'm gonna do like I did that one time. I'm gonna drag you guys in because it's early, especially Cash because it's so early for him. Like that one time, Cash goes, "I'm so tired."
Guys, I'm so tired. What are we doing? We're on the show. We're getting educated about anime. Okay.
hmm I wish someone's got to do a mod for that. I don't know if you can do mods through Contraband Police, but oh yeah, you can. But they're cheat mods and nothing else. I don't play cheat mods. I like you know where you have different graphic type mods. I want more choices
Yeah.
that way. But I don't want anything to cheat with. So
Like graphical upgrades. Maybe
hmm
something that's a little smoother. It's like there were graphic mods for Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, but I'm gonna play the game as it is.
hmm Well, it's like Police Simulator. You can change the what the cop what cop car looks like for the painting, or even have different police across the nation. They even have the Minnesota Highway Patrol. So I tagged that one on there too. So if I want to drive with the Minnesota State Police, I can do that in the
Nice.
uniform. They got the uniform too.
That's cool. That's
hmm
real cool. Now this next story at least might be cool to Jason Fox of 540 Studio.
Oh, do I have to get it ready? I'm getting it ready.
Get it ready. Get it ready.
Do.
This comes from comicbook.com and it says Jenna Ortega reveals real reason for Scream 7 exit, and it isn't what you thought.
Simping is such a major turnoff to women.
I wonder if he's going to have the story tomorrow.
Well, you guys might have it on the Beyond tomorrow.
Yeah,
Jenna Ortega didn't want to make Scream 7 without her co-star and Scream 6 directors. Jenna,
Mm.
you're in the business. You know that you're going to be working with different co-stars and different directors.
hmm
It's the name of the game.
Right. It's not like Pop Talk.
Jenna Ortega has finally revealed the real reason she won't be returning for Scream 7. The Scream franchise was reinvigorated with the release of the fifth film, 2022's Scream. A large part of its success can be attributed to the newer, younger cast, which included Ortega as Tara Carpenter, the sister of Melissa Barrera's Sam Carpenter. The duo returned in the 2023 sequel, Scream 6, but that looks to be the end of the road for the characters. And no, they're not being killed off. After early
Smart.
reports stated Jenna Ortega's Wednesday schedule conflicted with Scream 7.
Which one are you watching? I mean, I got Cream 7, Cream 8, and Cream 9. If you need to borrow them, great movies, great cinematography,
Someone's
good
gonna clip
close
that.
up
I
work.
know someone's gonna clip that.
Good
I know.
close up work. Good close up work.
Or that her team couldn't reach a deal with Spyglass. The star reveals that neither is the reason why she's not returning. Well, please tell us the real reason.
Hmm.
Inquiring Norwegians would like to know.
Inquiring simps want to.
Simping is such a major turnoff to women.
Right, Chase? Right, Chase.
The timing of the Jenna Ortega exiting Scream 7 came a day after her co star Melissa Barrera was fired for making controversial statements about the Israel Hamas war on Instagram. It had nothing to do with pay or scheduling, Ortega told The Cut. Along with Barrera's firing, Ortega's Scream 7, 6 directors, sorry, about to say 7, Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettolini Oplin had also left the film. It all added up to Ortega no longer wanting to make Scream 7 if the creatives she had grown accustomed to working with weren't going to be a part of the project. Well, when you have a friend making a political statement that maybe they shouldn't have,
Well, see, I don't even know what the political statement they made.
I don't know, but it was
And
a
the only
political
thing that,
statement.
well, yeah, but the thing is the only thing I can imagine her getting fired for making a statement on the situation happening in the Middle East is that she was pro-Israel, because those are the ones that are suffering right now in Hollywood and around the world, around the United States. If you sit back and say you're pro-Israel, you're instantly targeted. I'm sorry, I just
Mhm.
had to bring up. I don't know if she was. I don't know, but I can't
I
imagine
don't
that
know.
you put a pro-Palestinian slash Hamas thing and not get fired. This is Hollywood after all, and it's disgusting.
I mean, they don't have a link to that Instagram post
Well,
either, so
yeah.
granted, it probably was deleted, but you know how quickly people can get screenshots.
Hmm.
And, when a studio sees that a movie's still producing the money, they're going to keep grinding it to the bottom of the well, unfortunately.
Hmm.
The Melissa stuff was happening and it was all kind of falling apart. She continued, if Scream 7 wasn't going to be with that team of directors and those people I fell in love with, then it didn't seem like the right move for me in my career at the time. Last year, Barrera told Comic Book that she would love to work with Jenna Ortega again. If given the opportunity, I would love to work with her again. I don't know that she I do know that she loves horror, so it would probably be in something horror again that we would probably find each other again. Barrera told Comic Book she's incredible. She's genuinely a horror fan, so I know she's constantly looking out for these projects. I think if we were to do something together again, it would definitely be horror. So it sounds like the main criteria for them to work together has to be in the horror genre.
Hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems to be the main requirement. And let me just get this out there because I didn't post it to a couple other platforms, so let me get it out
What?
there. I know.
Where's
I
the
dropped the ball.
professionalism? Where's the professionalism? Where?
I try, but even I make mistakes.
Hmm.
Scream, Scream alums Nev Campbell and original creator Kevin Williamson are returning for Scream 7. Campbell is reprising her role as Sidney Prescott, and Williamson is directing the film, replacing departing director Christopher Landon. Hi, all. I am so excited to announce the news. This news Sydney Prescott is coming back, Campbell shared on Instagram after the news of her Scream return came out. It's always been such a blast and an honor to get to play Sydney in the Scream movies.
Mhm.
My appreciation for these films and for what they have meant to me has never waned. I'm very happy and proud to say I've been asked in the most respectful way to bring Sydney back to the screen, and I couldn't be more thrilled. Well, actually, I could. And then it goes on to say that filming started in January with Williamson revealing the film's official logo. I'm not supposed to post about Scream, and I hope Spyglass and Paramount will forgive me, but when you have one of the best days of your life, it's really hard to keep it to yourself, Williamson wrote on social media. What an extraordinary day I had working with an amazing and talented cast and crew. They brought their A game and had my back every step of the way. I'm so grateful for this opportunity and to Wes Craven, who was on my mind through it all. The
Oh, by
profound,
the way, oh, sorry.
yeah,
Guess who came in? Guess who came in?
who?
Jace.
Uh huh, uh huh.
Are we ready?
Simping is such a major turnoff to women.
Oh, by the way, I did take a quick look. She was calling what's going on there. Basically, putting Gaza turning into a concentration camp. That's what she made for a tweet. So I'm glad
Okay.
that they went after her for that. Usually, it's
Usually it's for tweets that are much worse than that. But
hmm hmm I'm not directed at Mike and Cash. No one has nasty tweets to me because everybody loves me.
and Jay says Jenna was the only good part of the new ones. Either way,
Yeah, probably was. I don't know. I never saw it.
I don't know. I only saw the first Scream film. It's like okay, so it's another horror film. Big deal.
Mike Mike screamed because of the title, and everybody
Nah,
was happy. He got ice cream after he screamed.
you
See how it works?
scream, I scream. We all scream for ice cream.
Whoa, is that right
Yeah,
there?
you and I both.
hmm hmm
So it says new faces to the Scream franchise include Yellowstone prequel 1883 star Isabel May, who is playing Sidney Prescott's daughter, Community's Joel McHale as Mark Evans, Sidney Prescott's husband, the Ghostbusters Afterlife duo of McKenna Grace and Celeste O'Connor, Pitch Perfect star Anna Camp, Riverdale's Mark Consuelos, as the possible villain. Another alum who is making their screen return is Matthew Lillard. Zoink Scoob!
he did do a good job. He did do a good job.
It's been a long time since I've done a Shaggy impression, so to do it right on the spot like that.
Mhm. You gotta get your inner Casey Kasem going. Yeah.
That's right, and also give the top 10.
Mhm. And we have a special dedication going out to Cash Money from Gorlock the Destroyer for thanking him for having her part of his topless uh, car wash down in Fullerton at the Coleman Bowl.
God. Oh boy. Yeah. Tell us how that went, Cash.
hmm Actually, I do have a jingle for Gulpin Bowl. I did one up.
I don't know that I want to hear it.
Well,
I'm
not
afraid.
today.
I'm afraid of what I'm gonna hear.
It's actually rather good.
And then it mentions that the release date for Scream 7 is the 27th of February next year.
hmm
So yeah, to me this is more of a non-story, but I
Yeah.
saw it. I thought, okay, we need to fill some time. Look for a
hmm
non-story.
Well, we got to keep Jace happy too. I mean, honestly, what would we be if we didn't? You know.
Not a simp, huh? Not a simp.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, we were just saying we were simps for Gina, so you can admit this, okay? Come on,
Yeah,
do it. Do it, big
yeah,
boy.
but come on, Gina, Jenna,
Mm-mm.
Gina, Jenna. I know which
Oh,
way I'm leaning.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sorry, jeez.
I mean, it's not sorry. I'm not sorry. I know which side I'm going to. The side with
Mm-hmm.
Gina.
Mm-hmm. In a heartbeat.
All right. So, anything you want to say about this article, Baron, before we move on?
It's a non-factor. Oh, okay, good. Here, just a second here.
Oh gosh, what are you bringing up?
Actually, I was wrong. It's the burp and blow in Fullerton, California. So going down to that burp and blow, there's that charity car wash. All proceeds going to Cash Money himself. So his favorite charity.
Yeah,
Hey, come on, you gotta admit, burp and blow would be a great name for a store like that.
it would, and I know she didn't say it in the article, but it almost seems like the reason why she didn't come back is because she didn't get her way with her co-star being
Hmm.
back and the directors being back. Well, if they're not back, I'm not coming back.
It just sounds like it was all kind of falling apart. So I mean, I can
Yeah.
understand that, especially when they did that to her co-star. You know.
Well, I mean, to quote our favorite Disney princess, it's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah.
And I'm being sarcastic when I call her our favorite Disney princess.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, she get a taste of romance. It's like, be careful what you say. It can come back and bite you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I keep on saying I want Death by Snoo Snoo from Gina Carano. Come on, Fate. I'm waiting. Come on. That's I'm waiting. Come on. Where are you? Come on, Fate. Come on.
Simping is such a major turnoff to women.
See, drunk 3PO is worse, though, being sympathy. So.
Yeah, but he actually knows her.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I hate you. I hate him. I hate you. But you know what the greatest thing is, though? When she signed his uh, the action figure card, she put the wrong name.
Yeah, yeah, I've never seen that video. And then he said, "Wait a minute, you put the wrong name on this."
I love it. I love it.
I think it just adds more value.
I think so too. I mean, especially when you got the video.
Yeah.
It has a story. It has a story. And having autographs that have stories behind them instead of just paying $100 or two or four, there's a story behind it. You need that.
Jay says, "Not a simp. That's facts. But Jenna has always been outspoken in the last years."
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's good to speak your mind.
just just try to be smart about it. Not like me,
Or me.
Mm. Or even more
So,
cash. Cash.
who? Who?
Exactly. Do we even have a third person on this show?
Not tonight.
3 years later. Where,
It's Aaron and Mike.
mm-hmm.
But the
Who does
question
that?
is, who's Batman? Who's Robin?
Mm. I'm Fat Man.
I'm
I'm
clumsy
Fat Man.
man. I'm clumsy
I'm.
man. I trip
You're
over
no
my
no.
own two
You're
feet.
handyman. You're handyman from In Living Color. There you go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, thanks, Baron. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm mean. Folks, we're having too much fun.
I guess I'm not truly disabled as long as I have courage.
I do this show twice a week.
Anyway, and don't forget the other streams I do on the channel too.
Yeah, but you need courage to do pop talk. You're dealing with me and occasionally somebody else. I don't know.
But yes. So, got a question for everybody. Are you still looking forward to the Batman? Do you think it's ever going to come out? And if it does, what year? I'll be in my 80s and the news drops, and the Batman 2 is finally being released. He took
Instead of,
them long enough.
instead of sparkles, it's now dust. Uh, we're evil. That's what you like to
Batman's rescuing people from the nursing home.
I got my Ouija board out. I'm going to let Baron know that they did the other film.
No, Baron. Where's the prune juice?
It's a warrior's drink.
Where is it? Where are my teeth? I don't have my teeth either. Oh my gosh, we're a bunch of nuts.
This is Baron for Superpolitan.
Yeah, get your polygrip, man.
Yeah, my grandfather used to always pop his teeth out at me. My great grandfather, I should say. Sorry, old Walt, and he was a very authoritarian German man. Or he was born here, but not far from the tree, you might say. So, but yeah, he used to do that to amuse us kids. It was pop his teeth out. It's like, ooh, cool. We're easily amused.
I can remember when my grandmother on my mom's side, when she popped out her teeth, and I'm a young kid. Keep in mind, I'm a young kid. I'm seeing this. I'm going, oh my god, she just popped out her teeth.
I remember my.
Why can't I do that?
I remember when my grandmother popped her teeth out. It was when I was giving her a Heimlich maneuver. I'm kidding. No, it never happened. It was funny though.
New upgrade for the utility belt is a colostomy bag.
Oh, that's
hold on. Depends. He's got depends in that utility belt.
It's the Biden special. Joe Biden as the Batman. Huh? Holy shit, Batman! What did you do? Sorry.
What? What did you say?
Dr. Jill as the Catwoman.
But remember, Batman's got to do all his rescuing before the early bird special. He can't do it at night.
Yeah, he's following that ice cream truck.
Yeah. So we have this article by Brandon Shore, which was posted just yesterday, April 9th, on Superhero Hype. And it says the Batman 2 gets disappointing release date update. Are we surprised?
And who says it's disappointing?
I didn't think the Batman was all that great myself. I even watched it twice to see if, a few months after seeing it in the theater, if my thoughts on it would change. My thoughts didn't change.
But Cash says this is the greatest Batman since Nolan. So.
Right. Following 2022's The Batman and 2024's The Penguin, director Matt Reeves is now working on The Batman 2, also known as The Batman Part 2, or The Batman. We don't know when Part 2 is coming. The Batman, you could wait several decades before it actually comes out.
My question is, did they actually have to do that clarification? The Batman 2, also known as The Batman Part 2.
I don't think they needed to. I think that was unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, we figured it out. We're not, we understand.
What? What? I'm
Mhm.
smooth brain. Me no figure out. Me just pawn in game of life.
Mongo.
We're
Mon-
watching that in June. We're watching that in June.
oh, that's gonna definitely need to have a warning. I mean, but
Uh,
most
y-
people will be watching with us. They have no problem because they know what it's about.
yeah. And of course, the Batman 2, which is scheduled to be released in 2027. The movie has faced some delays as it was originally supposed to come out in 2026.
The hell
What
you
is
say? I mean, I don't know if he got that clip up or not, but I was just gonna say it. The
Yeah,
hell you.
I believe I put it in today's lineup, and if I didn't, well, the hell you say?
Oh, there it is. Yep.
What is the latest Batman 2 filming update? While Robert Pattinson previously said he believes the Batman 2 will go into production at the end of 2025, a new report from Nexus Point News now states that it won't begin filming until early 2026 at the earliest. This seems to be because Pattinson has been cast as in Dennis Villeneuve's Dune 3, which is expected to begin filming this summer. It's not totally clear how large of a part Pattinson will have in the movie, however, it could very well keep him busy for a while. At Nexus Point News, it says production on Dune 3 will last through the end of the year. Goes on to say, on top of that, Pattinson also has a number of other projects that are in various stages of development. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is currently being filmed, while he'll soon be seen in other films such as Lynn Ramsey's Dime My Love, Lance Oppenheim's Prime Time, and more. I'm surprised you didn't chime in on that last one, Lance Oppenheim's.
I was thinking about, but Cash is not here.
Additionally, he's attached to produce Parker Finn's Possession remake, though it's unclear if he'll star in it. Should the Batman 2 go into production in early 2026, that's still enough time to make its October 2027 release date. If it gets started later than that, however, it could run risk of being delayed again. Warner Brothers has not commented on the matter at this time. The Batman 2 will be released in the United States theater on October 1st, 2027. I'm not going to hold them to that. I honestly don't think it's going to happen.
It's done for. I mean, Gunn doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Guns probably was upset that the Batman was done in the first place. This is outside of his realm, and he doesn't like it. And so, don't expect much more from that side universe they have going on. It doesn't conform to the king, the emperor, the little emperor who couldn't, Jimmy Gunn. Putz.
And of course, it does say Doom 3, meanwhile, does not yet have a release date, meaning it's unclear if that movie will come out before the Batman 2 does. Oh, come on. You know, Doom Part 3 will be out before the Batman
Mm-hmm.
Part 2.
Shouldn't we say pot do? Like hot
Part
shots.
duh.
Pot do. Yeah. That
I mean,
trust.
that's how they were doing the promos for Hot Shots Part duh.
Yeah. Part duh. Yeah, I forgot. It's been ages. ages, I tell you.
And Tommy says, gotta get back to work on my toy stream tomorrow. You all have an awesome rest of your day. Tommy, thank you for stopping by, brother. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I
And
hope you
you
have a
quit.
good evening, brother.
Yeah, you too. And quit wasting time here for crying out loud. You got work to do. Quit putzing around with us. Come on. Back to work. Chop, chop, chop. No, have a great night there, Tommy. I'm sure it's going to be a good video.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a good stream because he does do good Thursday night toy streams.
Yeah.
Him and Vinny Art, and
Mm-hmm. So
I
get to
know
work.
Super super fan Adam Shawhan's on there too, and
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yep.
so yeah, like I said, with the Batman 2, I don't think it's gonna happen. If
No.
I'm wrong, well, I will say that I'm wrong. I will say, there was a time I said that I don't think the Batman 2 is gonna happen.
hmm
But until
yeah,
we get to that time, I'm gonna stick to my guns and say I don't think it's happening.
I don't think it's going to happen either. Um, yeah, we were kind of saying that, and I kind of figured that James Gunn will be the major factor in that.
He is the major factor because he's the one that's pushing, his DC universe, and
hmm
the early screenings for his Superman movie aren't doing well, according to an article I saw earlier.
No, no. See, this is going to be a thing that judges him. It really will. He's supposed to know how to do these films. He professes his love for this. If he goes out of the starting gate with a dud, well, the James Gunn verse might not exactly last that long. And then Warner Brothers is going to be in a higgly piggly mess. Oh, they
Yeah.
already are, but more so.
I mean, for every Minecraft movie that is a success, you're gonna have a movie that's a complete dud.
Yeah.
I know I'm stating the obvious.
Well, this year's been filled with duds. Snow White and the Seven Murder Hobos. Yeah.
Let's see.
I know. I would have liked. You know what? I'm really interested now to know what it would have looked like if they kept their DEI casts like they had the murder hobos, and it's like that would be comedic gold.
Yeah.
Comedic, even though it's not meant to be. Really.
Yeah, but you know what? They did it to themselves. I'll keep saying
Oh,
that.
yeah. Rachel did it to herself. Disney did it to herself. She did really big harm against Disney. Disney's not going to forget that. I think her name in Hollywood is now MUD, Mud. And basically, we saw someone destroying their career in front of our eyes,
Hmm.
and it was spectacular. It's like those accidents. You can't keep your eyes off the accident, no matter how gruesome it is. And it was a gruesome killing of her career. It really was.
Yeah, and
But
she
entertaining.
did it starting at D23 when
Mm-hmm.
she started bad mouthing the original story, the original movie. No.
Yep. And then continuing on and on and on.
Hmm.
Good job, Rachel.
And I don't know. How many of you are a fan of the original The Naked Gun movie? Nothing to see here. Nothing to see
Mhm.
here.
More a fan of the television show than the movies, but yeah,
Police Squad.
no, yeah, Police Squad was comedic gold. Far those 6 episodes are far better than the movies, but we got the movies and they're funny, and they were still good.
Yeah, and, Priscilla Presley was in them. I mean, O.J.
Oh
Simpson was in them as Nordberg,
yeah,
and
and honestly, that movie helped revive his career.
yeah,
He was in a slump at that time, and that got him back in the limelight. And look what happened. Thanks, Police Squad, Naked Gun.
well, we didn't know what was going to happen later
Nobody did.
on.
Yeah, no, nobody did. It was a big surprise. It's like what? Then it was the juice on the loose. But yeah, he did a good job in there. He took a
Mhm.
joke. I mean, what Nordberg, what he went through in those films was just horrible.
Yeah, all the abuse, the
Mhm.
physical abuse, and
Exactly, exactly. but yeah, I'm a fan.
the
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. When you got the
I,
Zucker brothers, how can you go wrong? And Abrams.
I mean, I like the Naked Gun films. I like part one and part two.
hmm
Part three,
Yeah, it was. It's still watchable. It's still good for a laugh. Far better than what we're getting today. But yeah, it was kind of that was definitely the weakest.
it,
But
it was. But let's go ahead and get into this article we have here about the Naked Gun.
Ball going. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got the dogs
S-
barking. Sorry about that.
So this comes from Game Rant, and it says, "I can't unsee it." Original The Naked Gun director reacts to Liam Neeson's reboot,
Hmm.
and this is by Catherine Amaracine Martin. It was published 4 days ago. I
Hmm.
don't know if I said those other, at least the middle name, correctly.
We tried though. We don't. We don't intentionally.
I
Unless
don't
they
do it on
deserve it.
purpose. I do try.
Yeah. Unless they deserve it. Mark Hammer.
We'll never forget that one, Phil.
Ah, good job, Phil. Ah, yes, just what we need. Good old Phil, Phil, Phil.
So, The Naked Gun is set to return to the big screen after numerous decades away from the limelight. However, the director of the original, excuse me, the original movie isn't thrilled with even the idea of a reboot. I don't think there needed to be a reboot.
No, no, no. They're fine by themselves.
It goes on to say a reboot of The Naked Gun has been in development for a long time and will finally be released in August. Paramount just dropped the trailer for the new film starring Liam Neeson. It successfully retains the original movie's comedic elements, but feels somewhat different. Yeah, Seth MacFarlane's writing it, so you know it's going
Yeah.
to have Seth MacFarlane's humor in it.
Hmm. Now, granted, he has a little bit of that humor that they have in Airplane and such, but yeah, it's still
Yeah.
Seth.
Yeah.
He is definitely hit or miss guy.
Mhm. Most likely due to the Lonely Island's Akiva Schaffer being at the helm this time around. David Zucker, who directed the first film and is known for slapstick, absurd humor, and fast paced gags, saw the trailer of the reboot and shared his reaction. It goes on to say Paramount dropped the first look at Neeson as Lieutenant Drake Drebin Jr. I think they meant Frank.
I think so. Good job, Game Rant. We're
And
sorry we're using it.
I shouldn't say I think. I know it's Lieutenant Frank
Yeah,
Drebin,
yeah.
Police
But
Squad.
this is Game Rant, and we're sorry we're using Game Rant, but hey, we
Yeah,
do
yeah.
hit all
Well,
all sources, even those.
all sources, and we'll call them out when they make mistakes, just like I expect someone to call us out when we make mistakes.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time for you.
In the Naked
You know,
Gun trailer on Thursday, in the new film, Neeson's character is the son of Leslie Nielsen's Lieutenant Frank Drebin. However, the airplane filmmaker was seemingly not impressed with the Naked Gun remake and even regretted seeing the teaser. He also revealed that he would not watch the movie upon release. Here's what Zucker told TMZ after watching the trailer. I never saw Airplane 2 because you can't unsee that stuff. I'm not planning
oh,
on seeing the Naked Gun remake either. I regret having seen the trailer for it. It's like watching Two Girls, One Cup. I can't
oh
unsee it.
God,
Ooh, ooh,
oh
ooh.
God, oh God, ow!
Oh,
I
oh
didn't read
man.
this, even though
Oh,
this is the story I picked. I did not read it because I wanted to hear what he had to say. It's like, oh God, that I have to remember that though. That's a good one.
ooh, yeah. Ooh, ooh. That,
Mm,
that
yeah.
that definitely hits below the belt.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And we all know how great a film Airplane Two was.
It sucked.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. Airplane 2 sucks. Caddyshack 2 sucks.
Hmm. Airplane Two did have some moments, but just because you have a moment doesn't make a film.
No.
Sonny Bono was funny in it, though. I have to sit back and say that.
Zucker comparing Neeson's The Naked Gun reboot to Two Girls, One Cup is not a compliment, as the latter is an extremely graphic, disturbing, video involving two women, a cup, and bodily fluids.
Oh, you had
It,
to share that with us, even though we all kind of knew about it. Thank you, Game Rant.
yeah. It went viral because people filmed their reactions, often showing shock, disgust, and confusion. The vast majority of people who came across the infamous video regretted watching it. Team Z added that, excuse me, Zucker's response wasn't a complete surprise. They spoke with, excuse me, they spoke with the filmmaker in 2024 about the remake, and he said that no one had reached out to him for advice about it. Also, he and his partners, Pat Proft and Mike McManus, reportedly submitted the script to Paramount in 2018, and they thought the studio loved the concept, so they were surprised when the project was given to another creative team. Goes on to say the new Naked Gun movie is a reboot and is still a screwball comedy police procedural. This is evident in the trailer where Neeson pretends to be a schoolgirl and infiltrates a bank where a robbery is in progress. However, the comedic element is noticeably different from Zucker's original movie. The teaser of the original film was hilarious because it was packed with a lot of light and funny moments. Yeah, that's what the Naked Gun movies are. Light and funny
Hmm.
moments. Everything is happening in the background,
Right.
not in the foreground,
Hmm.
not directly in front of the camera. You have to be paying attention to what's going on behind Frank and other characters that are with him.
And if it is in the foreground, there's a purpose for it.
Yeah.
It's just not thrown there. So it's like, like the nice beaver, and they hand down the
Mhm.
stuffed beaver. I just have them stuffed. I can't remember the full line, but everyone loves saying nice beaver. I don't know why. I don't know why people would like to see that all the time, but they do. Back to you, Mike.
D- Despite that, many enjoyed the remake trailer. Several were happy to see the Star Wars actor in a comedy movie because he played serious characters in his previous projects. Neeson's role in The Naked Gun is new to many, and plenty of fans are enthusiastic about it. Some are, claiming that this new flick will never be as good as the original. Yeah, it won't.
Mm-hmm.
Which is deemed by many as among the funniest movies of all time. The mixed opinion is not surprising, especially because many are loyal to the original movie. Hopefully, the remake is as good as the first one, despite Zucker seemingly giving it a thumbs down. The Naked Gun remake. And see, she messed up again. The Naked Guy, the Naked Gun. Come on! Where's the editor? Where's the editor in chief? Come on.
Someone's got to keep those AIs in check. That's all I got to sit back and say.
I know make mistakes when I do a post on X, but I'm not getting paid for it.
Yeah, we're the ones that end up paying. Kidding, maybe.
But yeah, I have no interest in seeing the remake. I don't.
To be honest, I did see the trailer. I had some chuckles out of it, but yeah, it wasn't. But it wasn't Police Squad. It wasn't Zucker brother and Abrams type of humor or Pat Proft. Those all those knuckleheads over there that give us such great movies. But I thought it was funny. I had some good laughs, but it's like okay, this is going to be a Seth MacFarlane joint, so expect
Yeah,
more Family Guy than Airplane.
yeah. More Family Guy style humor, and
Hmm.
I like Family Guy in the first few seasons.
Yeah,
I've tried watching it recently, and I just don't find it
yeah.
funny.
I have the
But
first four.
again, I can attribute that to me getting older and my taste in comedy is changing.
Mhm. Mine hasn't. I'm thankful for that. But I had the first four seasons of Family Guy on DVD because
Mhm.
I always I was one of those that helped bring the show back by buying the DVDs. Um,
Same.
But yeah, and I think those are comedic gold. He should have stayed doing that type of humor. But no, 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 no. Let's I don't know, get full of ourselves or something. I don't know. Seth, Seth, Seth. Huh? Am I the only one here? Am I here? Hi, everybody. Mike. Don't tell me we got the Evie Mucks. Either Mike has the Evie Mucks or I got the Evie. Chat, talk to us. Who am I on, or is Mike not there? Uh, I just want to know if I should keep on talking. That's all. I mean, I will. I love doing that, but um, I just have to say that this is not a good choice, and I don't know if I'd call this a reboot, being that they're continuing on the universe. But do anybody remember Son of the Pink Panther? And that is was a flop, flop, flop. And you don't need to do it. And I never cared to see Steve Martin as in the Pink Panther movies. It's like, no, how can you beat Peter Sellers? Oh, you still see both of us, but yeah, Mike must be having some issues with the microphone. So I will continue to amaze you with my abilities to keep a show going. You know. So thank you, Mister Padawannabe, Padawannabe. And of course, we're coming to the point where we have to do the obligatory cash money.
Ah! It's not a liquid! It's a great many pieces of solid matter that form a hard floor like surface! Ah!
Yeah. So there we be. There's cash, and we tied it in with the Family Guy. We really, really did. See how good we are. We are professional. Don't try this at home, even though I am at home. So going through a few of the things that we've been talking about, other things that's in the realm of science fiction, fantasy, pop culture, and the like. I don't want to get into articles. I want to wait till Mike comes back for that. But
I'm back.
oh, you're back. Okay, I was just going to regale them with what really grinds my gears. But now you're back, so that's good. Do I even have that on here, or did they get that loaded up? I don't know. Who cares? Back to you, Mike.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You got it right there. Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Seth MacFarlane's style of humor in the first few seasons of Family Guy,
Right.
but I've also gotten to a point where I don't find it as funny as I used to.
Well, I don't think it's our taste of humor that changed. It's what he did to change it. And of course, the people that he brought in to do it. So I don't think it's an us thing. I think it's a them thing myself. And because I'm sure we can sit down and watch the Star Wars spoofs that he did, or even those first seasons, and still have a good chuckle laugh and wish, oh, I wish this was still like this.
Yeah,
And that's the big test. So it means that we haven't changed, he changed, because that's what it's supposed to be.
and
Stupid.
I understand that in order for shows to grow, they have to change
Right.
at times. But you know, he used to care about the show, and now it just
Hmm.
seems like he doesn't care. I mean, even Cash has said that to us when he's watched it.
And continues to watch it. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I can't stop watching it. Just like I can't stop watching Simpsons. I haven't watched Simpsons in I don't know how
I
long.
the last time I watched The Simpsons was when they had the Family Guy Simpsons crossover.
Yeah, I saw that
But
one.
that was more of a Family Guy episode than anything.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a other time. And I didn't think it was that good, to be honest. So, and what Family Guy, Futurama. No, Futurama Simpsons
Futurama and The Simpsons had a
yeah,
crossover.
crossover. Yep. So I did see that one. They did break the rule. They did break the rule that they're not part of the same universe. Um, but yeah, it's that's about the last I saw
Yeah,
of
but with
Family.
that one, Baron, I can understand why they had the crossover. People were asking for it.
Yeah.
So,
hmm It was fan service, really. And Futurama's a great show. It really is.
oh, bite my shiny metal ass.
You got that right. But
So,
yeah, I don't have I mean, it might be a good film, but it's not going to be what I can understand where.
it's not going to be,
Mhm.
uh, the same as the originals.
Yeah, I'll watch it on streaming because yeah, I am intrigued, and I did get those last, but I think it's going to be more poop toilet humor based than
Than what the
lit-
Zuckerberg films were.
right. I mean, you did have a good bathroom humor scene in the I believe it was the first one where he left his mic on when he went to the bathroom, which
Yeah, yeah,
any of us that use mics like that, no, because it's happened. You were involved with somebody happening that too,
yeah.
or around when something like that happens. So
I
that's
mean,
why we all.
I love the scene in The Naked Gun where they're at the baseball game and Frank's frisking everybody. I say, step up to bat.
hmm and the calls, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then you have Reggie Jackson in the movie Must Kill the
kill,
Queen.
yeah. And you know who probably laughed the most at that? The Queen, the late
Yeah.
Queen. She had a sense of humor. I mean, she gave us Prince Charles after. I mean, sorry, King Charles after all.
Yes, yes. But Baron, you
So
recently got into a game that you thought you would never get into. You
yeah, I
tried
mean,
it by yourself,
hmm
and you told Cash and I you just weren't getting into it.
yeah, I wasn't feeling it, man. I wasn't feeling it. I'll confess, it was kind of it's like, okay, yeah, this is like Fortnite-ish type thing, yippee skippy, everyone's being whatever, blah blah, and there's the dwarf. Have fun, dwarf, that type of thing. It's like I
Yeah,
wasn't feeling
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And for those of you who might be going, why is he saying dwarf? Because when we play Vermintide 2 and we have a dwarf, they usually go ahead.
Especially if it's somebody that, a random. We get a
Yeah.
random person in there. And it's like the game starts and off runs the dwarf. It's like, here we go again. They out ramble Mike. Let's just put it that way. So
Yeah, I mean, at least when Anonymous is the dwarf, he gets into the fight.
yeah. hmm And complains and cries.
Yeah, he complains and cries because from his point of view, we're not doing enough.
Right. Yeah, well, and we hear that from Cash too. It's like, come on, guys, do better.
I mean, Cash talks about my. What about his?
Oh
Oh,
God. Yeah.
guys.
Guys.
Oh God, we could do
Come on.
better.
Yeah, we can do
Oh,
better.
that
Come
sucked.
on, guy. Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah,
I gotta do a better one of that. That's just,
but we have an article related to Marvel Rivals. So
I like playing the
eh,
Punisher. Damn, I think I found my character in that game. Okay, go on, Mike. Sorry, sorry.
no, 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 no. Keep talking, keep talking.
No, I
I
mean
can
that's all I
relate.
have to sit back and say. I like that character. I know Cat. You can start playing some of the other one. It's like, no, I like this guy. I like this guy.
I started off as Scarlet Witch.
Mm.
That's who
Well,
I chose, and
mhm. Well, I wanted to pick a female one so I have something nice to look at as I'm out there kicking butt. But the Punisher, that's the way to go. But I got those skins for Adam Warlock. They had a Twitch thing, so I got
yeah,
those.
I've missed the Twitch events to get some of those skins, and
Mm. I even
but
got a Psyker outfit for Dark Tide, so maybe I need to get my Psyker up on levels.
ooh, nice.
hmm
But let's go ahead and go on to our next article, and we can continue to talk about rivals.
Spider-Man.
I tried playing as Spider Man. I'm not ready to go into a match as Spider Man
I
unless
hate the ones.
I'm
Oh,
ready to get my ass kicked.
I hate the ones that play Spider-Man. They always seem to get me. Ah, it's like, oh damn, there's Spider-Man all over the place. Now I'm well.
You really got to keep your eye on them when they come. And try
Hmm.
to watch as best you can where they're going, and also look behind you because that's
Hmm.
the perfect opportunity for another character to come up behind you. I've had it
Oh,
happen to me
exactly.
several times.
Exactly. Exactly. Spider-Man can do it.
But yes, this is by Spencer Bakuli. It was actually posted on Friday, and
Spencer. Sorry. Mhm.
it says as Emma Frost makes Marvel Rivals debut, devs announced new plan to have a new hero debuting every month. Well, I'd like to see them bring in all the X Men.
Mm. Well, they might. They might soon. But when they bring these in, are they going to be coming in where you have to pay for them?
I hope not.
Well, I
I
suppose.
know some of the cosmetics you have to pay for, but
Yeah, that's different.
as
I
far
can
as
understand that.
the new characters, no, I'm not paying for a character.
No.
Heck, if I'm gonna get a skin for a character that I play as, I'm gonna keep working at earning credits.
Right.
I'm not giving them my actual money. I'm not.
No. Yeah, just like I did with STO.
Yeah, you go to dilithium mines and you
Mhm.
mine dilithium every day. And
But I have to confess, there is one that is absolutely tempting me. They got the Merchant Man from Star Trek 3. And it's like, oh, I must fight Urge.
are you talking about the one that went Genesis? Genesis Planet Forbidden.
No, well, no, the one that got blown up with the first time we saw a female Klingon
Oh,
motion.
that dude. That dude, yeah.
Hmm. When do we get paid? Oh, you'll get paid all right.
You'll get paid. Your atoms will be spread across the galaxy.
Hmm. And goodbye.
And the article says in a move that could prove to be either one of the best fan centric decisions of all time or one of the absolute worst, the Marvel Rivals development team has announced that starting with the arrival of Emma Frost in the game's next season, they will now plan to release a new playable character every month. All right, so it says this update to the hero shooter's development aims was first confirmed to the public on April 3rd as part of that day's massive reveal for the game's upcoming Season 2. Set to release in just 8 days, or at least at the time of this posting, I believe it comes out this Friday. I
Okay.
mean, it's pretty much confirmed there when the video says April 11th.
Yeah, a couple days away.
Yeah. But it goes on to say the next season will ditch the vampire drowned streets of New York of its predecessor and instead whisk players away to the island of Karakoa, where in honor of a multiversal edition of the Hellfire Gala, they'll be made privy to a new selection of theme maps. Good, new maps. We need new maps
Yeah.
and costumes, as well as a brand new character in the White Queen herself, Emma Frost.
Hmm.
Season 2, Hellfire Gala, is going to be inspired with outfit and rocking a faithfully powerful kit that makes use of both her diamond form and psychic powers. The former White Queen and head of Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters will surprisingly slot into the Vanguard role, thankfully so, as if she was a strategist like many initially predicted, that would have made three blonde, white projectile throwing, white and blue clad female healers, and it's already hard enough to tell the difference between Invisible Woman and Dagger in the heat of battle without another. Hello, Lady Mist. How are you? How are you?
Oh, hi, Lady Mist.
Hope your Wednesday evening or early evening, late afternoon is going well for you. In addition to the introduction, Emma and Karakoa, the Marvel Rivals dev team also sought to inform players that while Season 2 would remain largely unchanged compared to previous seasons, Season 3 would see significant tweaks made not only to the game itself, but also their handling of its development. And it says addressing these changes via a new entry in their Dev Vision video update series, game director Gang Gun Chen. eh, I tried, folks. I tried. Saying that such changes would include a new set of weekly missions as added in order to allow players more opportunities to acquire chrono tokens, alternative color palettes for existing costumes. At current, it's unknown whether these palettes will be made freely available to players who already own a given skin or if they'll need to be purchased separately.
Hmm.
A new special event mode wherein players can live test various experimental match formats, the ability to gift costumes to other players. And,
Ooh,
hey, that'd be nice if you have enough credits and you want to give somebody.
there you go. You might actually make more sales that way. Good
Mhm.
idea. Someone's
And
actually thinking.
yeah, and perhaps most notably a shift to a 2 month season format with a new hero debuting each month. I mean, I like the idea of a new hero debuting each month.
Yeah, me too.
Additionally, Chen noted that due to network protocol updates in Season 2, past versions of the Marvel Rivals client would soon become unusable, and thus players should save their saved replay videos before the update rolls out. Well, I better do that tomorrow.
Yeah, we do that. And we got someone who just came in.
Yes, DJ Ronnie, GG.
But am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
How you doing, DJ? Good to see you, brother.
He's a DJ, but that type of DJ. Uh.
Hope your Wednesday evening is going well for you. Regarding the tweaks to its actual gameplay mechanics, Marvel Rivals lead combat designer Jion Zhen detailed that on the battlefields of Season 2, players could expect to see significant modifications made to team up abilities, including the addition of Arcane Order, Doctor Strange Anchor, Scarlet Witch, Mental Projection, Emma Frost Anchor, Psylocke Magneto, and Stars Aligned Captain America Anchor Winter Soldier, as well as the complete removal of Metallic Chaos Scarlet Witch Anchor Magneto, and Voltaic Union Thor and Anchor and Captain America Storm. Further, some existing team ups will have their rosters shuffled, Psylocke being removed from Magic's Dimensional Shortcut, Winter Soldier from Rocket Raccoon's Ammo Overload, Doctor Strange from Hulk's Gamma Charge, and Namor being moved from Luna Snow's Chilling Charisma to the new third member of Gamma Charge.
I didn't understand a freaking word you said.
Now, I'm reading it, Baron. I'm going in English. Tell me in English, simple layman's terms.
Yeah, well, you went.
Just tell me you won't have this, you won't have that.
Yeah,
Okay?
he,
Okay.
he went full gamer geek on us. Started speaking his own language. their language.
I mean, I am a gamer, and I'm going, huh?
Oh yeah, I know.
Wait a minute. The universal translator's broken.
Yeah, the babblefish died. The babblefish died. The city eel ate it.
And before I continue, I do want to say hello to Snorty. Good to see you, Snorty. How's
Hey,
your day been?
Snortapoopuscuber.com. And his human suit. You can't forget his human suit.
Always good to see Snorty.
Yeah. But sometimes you don't when he's wearing that, you don't know if you see him or not because he's dressed as a human. You never know when he's gonna strike. He'll be in that human suit, get behind you, and that's it. Snorty's got you.
Yeah.
Either that he's
And
hanging from
it
the chest.
says buffs to yeah. It says buff to Captain America, Penny Parker, Mr. Fantastic, Moon Knight, nerfs to Doctor Strange as a whole, Loki's regeneration, domain move, and Adam Warlock's soul body ability. The latter two done in order to grant a slight buff to Rocket Raccoon's viability. The removal of at Yasgard's Royal Palace and Tokyo 2099 Shin Shuyuba maps from competitive rotation with the new Hailfire Gala Karoka map set to replace them. Well, why not just keep them? Why not just keep those two maps and you just rotate in and out?
Well, I mean, it's not part of the official. It sounds like they're going. Hopefully, they're going to keep it. I like the Tokyo one,
Hmm.
but hopefully, to play, but not for the official where you get points and stuff like that. Play.
Yeah.
The map's still available. It's like, okay, fine, no problem. I'm not in this for competition. I'm here to get my butt kicked.
And you will get your butt kicked.
Yeah, I played horribly. I mean, just horribly.
In terms of competitive play, Zen also confirmed that Season 2 will raise the minimum account level to enter ranked mode, give more weight to an individual's respective performance in calculating post game points totals, and see every player's respective standing knocked down by 9 divisions. So I don't usually play ranked matches that much. I just do quick matches.
I just want to go in there and smash things. That's all. Competition, whatever. Have fun.
And then it finishes off by saying, per above, Marvel Rivals is presently set to accept Emma Frost's invitation and hit the Hellfire Gala when season 2 officially debuts April 11th, so this Friday.
At least it wasn't the first.
I mean, that'd be some kind of a joke if you're used to the way certain characters play, and then you read that they're going to be debuffed in certain cases. It's like, wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting at this character anymore. No, you got to adapt. That's all you got to do. You got to
Yep.
adapt.
Well, they probably figured where things might have been a little OP and stuff. I mean, they even did that with Magic the Gathering, where they had to change rules on cards in the beginning because I'm sure they still do, because it gave way too much on unfair advantage. I know. I said you know, for that.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
There we go. There we go. See,
I've needed that clip a few times tonight.
oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, I just want to smash things. I don't care about competitive play.
Oh, you know who you could be, Baron. You could be the Thing, or you could be the Hulk.
Yeah, but I have so much fun with the Punisher.
I know, because all you have to do is point and shoot.
Yeah, and when I can get that cannon, woohoo!
And
I mean,
Snorty says,
I held our own a few of those games where I just set myself in the center, got that gun right, and anything that moved is down.
mm-hmm.
In the game, YouTube.
I mean that is half the fun. I was playing a match last night where I found that good spot like you're talking about, and I see all the enemy players, and I'm just going bum, 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 bum.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And when you work together, that's the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one where you all break up and go different directions. Like, no.
No, and that's why Cash and I were telling you, you might have more fun playing it with friends than you are
Yeah,
playing it by yourself because at least the three of us can communicate with one another. And
right.
not that you can't communicate with other players in the game, you can.
Yeah, but do you? Yeah. But yeah, that's what made it
Some of
better.
the cases you don't really want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're obnoxious like me. It's like, yeah, well, you don't want to talk to someone like Baron. He's mean. Actually, Cash, come on, guys, do better.
And Snorty says, I'm a sneaky bear.
He is. He is. That's what he needs to be. He needs to be the mascot for something me called Sneaky Bear.
And DJ says, biggest bear species in the world. And look, we got a Tim sighting.
Somebody calls him Tim.
Yeah, we got a Tim sighting.
Tim, Tim,
Hello, Tim.
Tim, Tim, manly Tim, 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 manly Tim. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. I'll go sit in the corner now.
I gotta try to find that, Tim. I gotta try to find that. I do have some movies planned for
Oh,
May and June,
that's
but
the Olivia one?
I gotta try to find that one.
The Laurence Olivier one that I'm taking that one is.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen Mel Gibson's?
No.
Yeah, Mel Gibson did Hamlet. He even did like a little, talking series about it. And this was like either late '80s, early '90s. They did that. But yeah, should look it up.
I will. I'll look it up after the stream.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
No, I didn't know he had done one. I knew about the classic Hamlet, but
Mm-hmm.
like I
Yeah.
said, I got to be able to find it. I haven't been able to find it anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe we can do Mel Gibson's. Maybe that'll be. No, that's one that you never even hear about. That's the one thing I'm surprised about. No one wants to bring that up. Not even Mel.
And Tim says 1990, he
I
believes.
think you're right. Yeah. To be or not to be, that is the question.
Then your high school must have been more sophisticated than mine, Padawan to be, because we did not watch Hamlet.
Mm. I did see Rebecca, Alfred Hitchcock's,
Mm-hmm.
based on the book that we read, and then we saw the movie. Same thing with the Count de Monte Cristo, which had Chamberlain and Louis Joran in it. It wasn't that good.
And let me go ahead and save that link that you put in there, and I'll take a look at that later.
I didn't see it in theaters.
Like I said, I've never seen Mel Gibson, so
Hmm. Wait until you hear it. It's done in Klingon, the original Klingon.
you haven't heard Shakespeare until you've heard it in the original Klingon. Kach ba kach be, to be or not to be.
And he used the V8 interceptor so well on that Hamlet too. I mean, just,
You're not. You know that.
yeah, I know. But I gotta do double duty. Cash isn't here, so I gotta do. What are
Well. Speaking of an article, well, and Cash, but we got an article that Cash had found, and I'm still gonna talk
rule?
about it.
One rule: if he suggests an article, he's gotta be here.
Uh, See, he's getting scared because every time he's shown up when we've talked to him, I keep telling him you're going to be reading an article the next time you're on Pop Talk. You're going to read all the articles the next time
Yep.
you show up on
Hmm.
Pop Talk. I've scared him
Yep.
off. I've scared him
Yep.
off.
I told you, when you said about him reading an article for the next one, I said, don't say it out loud. He hears that and he's like a gopher going into the little hole. You have to wait for him to pop his head up before you go ping.
It's in the hole. It's in the hole.
It's in the hole. Yeah, I mean that's Cash. He's that gopher.
Yeah, and when he avoids us, then he does his little shimmy dance.
Yep. Don't have to worry about me. Mike's got the C4.
Yeah, and I'm playing golf in a thunderstorm.
No, that's
Uh,
Cash with his 9 iron.
right.
We're bad. We're sorry.
Yeah, we are bad. I can't
Well,
explain myself. I
eh,
really can't.
it's the rules here. If you don't show up, you're gonna get it. Is it's gonna be roasted. It's been nothing but constant roast of poor Cash money. Uh,
Yeah, Cash, you don't want to get roasted? Come on the show.
yeah, get
I
out
won't
of
make you
full.
read, okay? I won't make you read.
He lies, but still come.
Shh. Quiet, Baron.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so very, very sorry. I'll just go in the corner now, number one.
All right. So we have this article from the Dark Side of Gaming. Like I said, Cash found this one.
I figured he would get something from the dark side of gaming. I was arguing in the comments section. They weren't very nice to me.
And it was posted on April 7th, and it's by John Papadopoulos. Oh gosh, come on, Mike. You know you can't pronounce that. Say your life.
It's Greek to you, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's all Greek to me.
Is that pop, corn pop, pop. There you go.
Pop. I'll just call him Pop.
There we go.
Okay.
And no, we're not making fun of your name. We're making fun of
No,
us
no.
not being able to do it. Us being morons.
They're just certain words that have, or even last names that are always a tongue twister for me.
Well, for all of us, because we're not used to saying words a certain way. So it's like trying to get our everything, into place. It's like, okay, there goes my job.
Well, it's like whenever we read an article from Variety, and a couple of their authors of that article will call the box office total or tally the cume. The cume. It's like who in their right mind actually says that? What average everyday person says that? Can somebody answer that for me?
Me.
The box office cube. Yes, this weekend box office cube. Yes. I want to sound brilliant. I want to sound intelligent. I don't want to sound like Pacific414.
Yeah.
The nincompoop.
Yeah, well, I knew someone who thought that if I adopt an English accent, people will think I'm smart. Thing is he went for a Cockney one, and it's like, oh, you ruined it.
And Padawannabe says, these people keep trying to make me read it loud.
The real thing is Cash being an AI. We had a problem with the upload of the upgrade, so that's what's keeping him away. Oh God. Yeah, there's more. You know what? You know what's funny about that? Because
Hmm.
things like that happened.
Yeah. And I appreciate that, Phil. It's good to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Oh, we got. Oh, great, Phil. Okay, Phil McCrackson's under the chat. Yeah.
All right, so this article says Reaper has announced that La Chimera, its narrative-driven first-person shooter, a game set in a futuristic Latin American megalopolis, will release on April 25th. That's fastly approaching.
Hmm.
To celebrate this announcement, the team has shared a new trailer that you can find below. It says Reburn will also host a closed beta for 24 hours starting April 12th. Oh, that's coming up Saturday at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. BST, and 4 p.m. CEST. Fans can request closed beta access on the La Quimera's Steam page. I'll go ahead and grab that link and put it in there for everybody who might be interested.
Steam, 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 manly Steam, Steam, Steam.
Oh,
That show was funny for a while, but it really got old.
well, some shows, they start off well and then it just peters out.
Yeah.
They run out of ideas. It happens.
hmm They start fixing on one thing and one thing only constantly.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that can't. Well, you know what? Things are changing. People are not caring as much. We might get something like that again. We might get something like Blazing Saddles again. We might, you know, people I've noticed have gotten bolder in the last few months because
Mm-hmm.
weight's been taken off of their shoulders, and they've gotten to a point where they don't give an F no more. So that's what we need. We
Yeah.
need people going and in the film. We don't give a. We're just going to make something good that people will like, or hopefully like. If we get it wrong, well, we get it wrong, but we tried, and that's all I ask.
Yeah. That's all you can do is, try. We got to try to be funny again.
hmm I mean, we try all
Try
the
to have
time
a
here.
sense of humor again.
Yeah, we try here. We fail miserably, but
I'm always falling flat on my face, like I said earlier,
hmm yeah, I
tripping
try my
over my
bits.
own feet.
I try my bits off screen with the guys, and they just kind of go, "No, no, don't do it." Then I will do it, and then after the show, they go, "Didn't we say don't do that one?"
And the article says participants, this is according to the beta test that they mentioned in the article, will be able to access a part of the pivotal mid game mission in solo or co op play. Demetrio Lemar, CEO and co founder of Reburn, said, "Our Reburn team can't wait to finally share our hard work and vision for La Quimera with players on April 25th. Ahead of our release, we invite players to join us in our closed beta to get an early look at the co op experience for our vision of Nevo Caracas. Caracas. I can't do it tonight. I can't read tonight to
Mhm.
save my life
Yeah, we're
and
good.
far beyond. As said, a new trailer was also released. This gameplay trailer pulls back the curtain on La Chimera's blend of exosuit abilities, futuristic weaponry, robotic enemies, standing between the PMC and its objectives. La Chimera is Reburn's first original game IP. The world and the narrative of La Chimera is written by and created by Nicholas Winding Referen, Drive the Neon Demon, and EGA Warren. The game tells the story of a down on their luck PMC group caught up in a vast conflict between rival factions and shadowy corporations as mystical events increasingly blur the line between reality and illusion. One of the key features of the game will be exosuits. These exosuits will allow players to engage in intense combat, thus, they can utilize high tech gadgetry and superhuman strength to outwit their enemies. Reburn's roster of developers includes lead gameplay designers, artists, sound engineers, programmers, and more from across the entire Metro series, Metro 2033, Last Light, and Exodus gameplay and AI designer Alexander Kostic serves as project lead on La Chimera. CEO and founder Dmitry Limar previously served as director and CEO of 4A Games Ukraine. Reburn has not shared the game's PC system requirements yet. Naturally, though, we'll be sure to share them once they become available. Enjoy and stay tuned for more. I don't know. I'm willing to try any game in beta testing.
Yeah.
I know I'm not the best at first person shooters, but I'd still try it.
Leroy Jenkins.
I had to do that last night actually in Metro 2033 Redux because I was trying to be careful in this one section,
Yeah.
and there's these creatures coming after me. And every time I tried to be careful and was trying to be patient,
Hmm.
I was getting killed. So excuse me. So at one point I did say, "Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna go for it," and I managed to get through. That's a case where Mike Rambo in it actually worked. Although I didn't fire my weapon, I just ran.
Feet don't fail me now.
Yeah. All right. Let's
That's a,
see.
there are times to ramble and times to sneak. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
impressed when you use stealth. I really am.
Yes. So am I.
It's like, wow.
Stealth. Stealth. What's stealth? I don't
Why
know
did
what the stealth is.
why didn't he do that last time in that one game, stealth, where we all got killed because he rambled it?
I mean, even in Rise of the Ronin, I have to use stealth in
Yeah.
areas of the game.
Looks like you have to use stealth quite a bit in that one because you're being ninja sneaky.
Well, you know me. Me and stealth don't exactly see eye and eye.
Yeah, you won't be a ninja. There's just no way.
What do you mean? I gotta be quiet. I want them all to know I'm here.
Yeah, I want to make a lot of noise.
But no, I'll definitely give that La Quimera game a try, at least in beta, and it
Yeah.
just all depends on how much they're asking for the game too, because it doesn't say anything in the article as to whether or not it's free to play. Excuse me.
Uh, might not be, but by doing it though, sometimes they have it that you basically got it at a cheaper price because you did the beta or the other various things. So who knows? Who, is that pepper still attacking you, man? Jeez, that's gonna be a no pepper zone, folks. No pepper zone. Not at all. But I mean, I have to confess, don't know much about this game at all, and hopefully it'll be a good one. We need more good games like that out there. And oh, I heard a breath. I heard breath.
Yes, yes, yes.
There we go. The pepper
But
attack
but
again.
it's not just the pepper; it's the pollen too.
Oh yeah, it's getting out there. I'm seeing all the pollen alerts.
Yeah.
I'm seeing from my area, Duluth and Santa Fe. Even Santa Fe is getting it. So
It's like the other day. I step out the front door and I'm looking at the car and I'm thinking, okay, well, the pollen decided it's just gonna cover the car.
yeah, all nice and yellow or whatever
Yeah,
color it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yes, it's like it's like yeah, we're effed.
Because I was being funny with my sister. I said, I'm gonna go to the car wash before I go to the store and wash off this pollen.
I wouldn't joke about it. I would have done it.
I, I did it.
Yep. And
I
then you
went to
turn
the
the air
car
con.
wash,
Mhm.
and because that day it was also a warm day too, so after I got it washed and everything, I didn't go through any automatic thing or anything. I just went to the side where they have the power washing hoses,
Oh,
and,
fun.
and I did it that way so I could really get some of the dirt that was on the car too that I noticed
Hmm.
off of the
Then he
car.
get then he gets in, turns on the air conditioner, all the stuff that was in the vent blows out in his face. His face is all yellow now.
But no, I mean, the other day, it was a warm 85 degrees here.
Ooh.
And I said, good time to make sure the AC works.
Always good. Always good.
Yeah. So I turned on the car and it worked. So, well, good.
Came in with frostbite after doing it, but yeah, it works.
And
It's
let's
good.
see.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, yeah.
Tim, I actually do have the Metal Gear Solid collection, and I actually did stream it the night it came out. But Metal Gear Solid was so buggy that I haven't gone back to it since, and they have done updates to it. So at some point, I will get back to the Metal Gear Solid collection because the original NES game is on there.
Hmm. Well, especially if they did actually do something to fix it all.
Because Cash had asked me after that stream, he said, were you just struggling or were you noticing things as you were playing? I said, I was noticing things I was playing. I even made comments about it. Said about the controls in particular. I said, yeah, these controls, I don't recall them feeling like this in the game.
I would put a
So
result to the
loose, and
polls.
so he asked me if at the time we were talking if I was going to go back to the game. I said eventually I'll go back to the game.
Hmm. Well, hopefully now you will. Hopefully it's all been
Yeah.
fixed or pretty well fixed, and yeah.
So let's go ahead and get to our main event article before we head over to Rumble. Unless you don't want to do the Rumble side exclusive tonight.
Well, I don't
I,
mind doing
I,
the
I'll leave.
rumble.
I'll leave it up to you. Okay.
Yeah.
I try not to assume. You know what happens
Well,
when one
that
assumes.
that might bring in a cash because I was hearing him say, "Well, maybe I'll be there for the rumble." So maybe he's
Uh-huh.
afraid to say,
I see how it is. I see how it is.
"Oh,
Our
yeah, I
our
talked to him
friends
before
on
the
you
show."
our friends on YouTube aren't good enough for him. Our friends
Yeah,
on X aren't good enough for him. But if we're on Rumble, I'll be there.
yeah. Oh, okay, you figured it out. Cool. Okay, yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Chin is playing a game.
Hmm.
I don't care if he calls himself the Crimson Chin. The Chin is playing a game. Uh-huh. All right, so let's get to this final article of the night. And this final article of the night comes from Fandom Pulse.
Oh, I was waiting for the thing.
It's coming, Baron. It's coming.
Okay, gotta do the Trump dance.
All right, so we have an article here from Fandom Pulse by John F. Trent. It was posted on April 7th, and it says Nintendo of America VP addresses pricing for Nintendo Switch 2 games like Mario Kart World.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah. This is going to be good because it's going to be interesting to read what the VP had to say.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I I'll be honest, like I said last week, if someone wants to buy a Switch 2 the day it comes out, it's their money, they can do what they want. I'm
Hmm.
doing exactly what I did with the original Switch. I'm waiting for all the hype to die down.
Cash is in line right now. That's why he's not here.
Oh,
Set up a tent, everything, kind of like they did for Star Wars. Atlantic City in your car. Why don't I understand that? Hmm. What do I know?
I was a minute behind because I took a call. Okay, so he was probably responding to something that was said previously. But, but you know how it is when you have to take a call. You have to take a call.
Yep. Yep.
All
Especially if
right.
it's a lawyer.
Mhm. So this article by John F. Trent says Nintendo of America Vice President of Product and Player Experience Bill Trinan addressed the pricing for a number of Nintendo Switch 2 games, including the $80 price tag for Mario Kart World. Now, I do understand why people are open arms about the games costing $80, and I do understand everybody's counterpoint saying, well, remember when the Super Nintendo came out, there was some games that were almost that much, if not more. Yeah,
Hmm.
depending on where you went. Some of those games were close to $100.
Hmm.
And the system itself, it was over $200
Hmm.
when it came out. I wanted one, and my parents just kept saying, "Save your allowance."
Yeah. 30 years later, I got it. At a
Nah,
GameStop.
but by the time I had enough money for it, this was around Christmas because you got Christmas
Yeah.
money from your aunts, your uncles, and your grandparents. Well, by the time I had enough money and I wanted to get a 16-bit system, this is what happened. Went to a Target and they were all out of Super Nintendos, but they had a few Genesis, so I went with the Genesis instead.
Hmm.
Now,
I
I
got it.
I did have friends who had a Super Nintendo because they got a Super Nintendo for Christmas that same year, and what we would
Hmm.
do is we would borrow each other's systems. Okay, you want to borrow my Genesis? Fine. Can I borrow your Super Nintendo? Cool. So I still got to experience some of the Super Nintendo games. But this article says, speaking with IGN back on April 3rd, before the company announced it was delaying Nintendo Switch 2 pre orders due to President Donald Trump and his administration's tariffs, Trinan addressed the pricing of its 80 games at $80. He said, I would say it's less about strategy of pricing Mario Kart World. It's more just whenever we look at a given game, we just look at what is the experience, what is the content, what is the value. Mario Kart World, I think, especially as you see from the Nintendo Direct, not to give you any hints or anything, but I did read your article this morning, and I think you had mentioned that you didn't find a lot to discover when roaming around. So I would say tune into our Mario Kart Direct to see what maybe you'll be able to find out about that, he continued. But honestly, this is a game that is so big and so vast, and you will find so many little things in it to discover. And there's still some other secrets remaining that I think as people end up buying and playing the game, they're going to find this is this to be probably the richest Mario Kart experience they've ever had. So it almost sounds like what he's saying right now, Baron, is
Hmm.
because of the amount of content that's in the game. That alone is why it's priced at $80.
Well, you better put his money where his mouth is on that because if he's saying that and they deliver and it's not that way, it's going to be, oh, no, you're just hosing us over.
Hmm. And it says, as for the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of games such as Mario Party Jamboree, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which are also reportedly priced at $79.99. Trinan explained, well, again, what I would say is that we just look at each individual game and we look at the content and the value of that game, and then we say, what is the right price for the value of this entertainment?
Hmm.
They again, it seems like they strongly believe that they're providing you with the best gaming experience possible with the most content in that game, and they're justifying the price that way.
Well, I hope they're right.
Maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but
I hope they're right. If they, basically what you're getting is several games worth in there, then you got a value. But they
yeah,
have to deliver. They just
they
can't.
do have to deliver it. It
Mhm,
has to be a game where from start to finish, you don't get tired of playing it. Every time you play it, you find something different,
mhm.
something that keeps you invested, keeps you coming back.
Right. Then I can understand why, because you're getting basically several games in one, and it's it's a value that way instead of having them all separate and getting them at separate times. So, um, I mean, if that's the case, if it's not, then it's like, oh no, you're just gouging gamers again that you're good at doing.
Says what I would probably counter to some of that is that really what you're looking at is for the Nintendo Switch edition, that's the physical price for somebody that has not bought the base game, he added. For somebody who has bought Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, the upgrade packs for those are $9.99. And if you happen to be a Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack member, both the Zelda upgrade packs are inclusive within that membership. So there's no additional charge for those. So see that's a catch 22.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the games,
Mm-hmm.
and if you have the games, then you only have to pay $10 for the upgrade. Or if you have the online membership, then it's free. But again,
Right.
there's that catch. There,
There's
there's
always a catch.
always a catch
Mm-hmm.
to things like this. Even
Right.
when you're reading a contract, there's always some sort of catch.
Mm-hmm.
Catch 22. Both of the Zelda upgrade packs are inclusive within the membership, so there's no additional charge for those. But I think overall, our general approach is really just focus on what's the content, what's the value, and what's an appropriate price based on that, he concluded. And I understand it's not cheap to make the games anymore.
No. No. Well,
So they're
it
trying to
all depends.
cover their cost of development.
It all depends. Sometimes they get carried away with their developing of a game, and there's a lot of waste. We found that out that there was a lot of waste in a lot of games
Hmm.
uh, with other titles. And then we start seeing these smaller indie ones that are putting out something with great content, and it doesn't cost as much to do it. So I think just like Hollywood movies and all that, I think there's a lot of waste. Maybe there might be a little going down to the laundry type of thing.
Yeah.
But that's me. I'm just spewing forth just thoughts and ideas here. I really don't think it should cost that much to make some of these games. I'm not saying there isn't shouldn't be a budget and it does cost money, but what was it? The one game had like a budget of like a motion picture that flopped. I'm just trying to remember which game that was.
I mean, there was Star Wars Outlaws that came out
Oh,
last year, and
yeah.
that flopped, and they're still asking $70 for it.
Oh, yeah. That's not going to go down for a while because the Force is female. Um, but the other games have, had some drops. Like I said, the only reason why I picked up their X-wing game was it was like $2. It's like okay,
Hmm.
you know, I'll get it for that. And, you can't say no. I haven't played it yet, but I got it just in case I want to. Don't know if I do, but I got it. Um, but yeah, uh, this is this is greed. I think a lot of this is truly greed. And where is it going to get you, bite you in the butt? And we're starting to find out more of it. You're being sneaky, and I don't
Hmm.
like that. That's a problem with the game industry. It really
Yeah, and
is.
I really hope that Nintendo isn't shooting themselves in the foot. by doing these tactics. For
Uh,
the price of the games and the price of the console, but
mhm.
something tells me they are because it happened one time before with the Wii U,
Yeah, I like a little Wii U, if you know what I
wh-
mean.
where they thought hey, we can do this for the console, charge this much for the games, and people will come because they enjoyed the Wii, so they'll buy the Wii U.
Hmm. Do you know how silly that all sounds?
I know. I'm just trying to put
Is that
myself in
you?
the
Is that you?
mindset of.
Yeah, it's them what they're naming. It's what them what they're naming of some stuff. Uh, I'm gonna chuckle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll just go in the corner now.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
What? 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 What?
I,
What? What?
I I
What?
don't e-
What?
I don't
What?
even
What?
have the sound effect, but you better raise the shields. Arm
Oh! Oh!
phasers and photon torpedoes.
Oh! 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 Oh. You're right. I thought we had that alarm.
Get security officers posted on all decks.
Okay.
All key locations. Not the party alarm.
That's not okay.
Okay, Chipotle.
The right one anyway. Oh.
Barrett. How about I demote you to crewman?
Okay. Surprised I haven't been there yet. Surprised I haven't gotten there yet.
No, I wasn't gonna add that sound effect yet.
D sad.
No, but it says as for the Nintendo Switch 2's price of 450, he said, but I think anytime you're building a new system that's got new features and new tech, there's costs associated with that. So again, we look at what is the experience on Nintendo Switch, what's the experience on Switch 2, what are the new features that it offers, and certainly there's the cost of goods and things that factor into that. But
Right.
we try to find the right appropriate price for a product based on that. Yeah, but see, here's the problem. Here's one of the problems I do have. You're going to have an $80 game for the physical copy,
Right.
but they're also going to charge that same price for a digital copy, which, unlike its physical counterpart, doesn't have any overhang. Stores don't have to figure out where they're going to keep the product stocked.
Right. Well, see, that's just it. That was kind of the big scam we were told. When things go like digital, things won't be as expensive because we don't have all this over. Yeah, sometimes it gets to be even more expensive if you go that way. Lie to me some more. I enjoy it. Right, Cash?
No, Commander Ronnie G. He, he's not even an ensign. He's just a crewman.
Yeah.
He's not
And
even a yeoman.
he's here, so
Well, well, well. Looky who we have here.
hmm
And he thinks he's a turtle.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in the Half Shell. How did that car wash go? How did that car wash go? Make a lot of money? Having a topless car wash for your favorite charity. You had Gorlock, right? Down there in Fullerton. I heard she crushed the hood when she was trying to get to do the thing on the windshield. Uh,
And
that's it.
DJ Ronnie G with a 20-month member.
All right, put the money in the bag. I'll buy that for $1.
Says, oh, by the way, the tank commander from the Battle of Iwo Jima was named Baron Nishi,
Oh,
and he rode Uranus. his prize stallion
Oh,
that won Olympic medals.
whoa, 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 whoa! Keep that Baron away from Uranus. No, no, no. Ain't playing that game. Uh.
And what did you think of Iwo Jima? What did you think of that movie, DJ?
See, he was probably trying to be funny and didn't see it. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I know what
Yeah,
the tank driver said. I know what the tank commander said in Achilles Hero. Maybe waves more. That's a movie.
you got muffled there a little bit, at least on my end.
Oh, okay. Well, I just said Kelly's Hero. The tank commander in Kelly's Hero. What he was known for saying. He was like negative waves, Moriarty. Then
Oh
I said
yeah,
that we haven't seen that movie.
Letters of Iwo Jima, great movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I never
Really
saw it.
good movie.
Yeah,
I'm ashamed to say that.
Really, really, you haven't seen Letters from Iwo Jima? Have you seen
No,
Flags of Our Fathers?
no. Are they behind paywalls?
we can find
Not
ways.
not
I
when
mean,
somebody
what?
has the movie and can show it to
Yes,
you, just
that's
like he
another
did
way
with the
to
Rocketeer
Oh,
on Sunday.
yeah. Well, that's what
do
I'm.
do.
You notice that the moment that he gets in here, the show goes to shit.
Yeah, Baron, your brain is going to shit right now. Come
Oh
on,
no,
man.
it's not going to hell.
I'll leave you two alone. Here, I'll leave you two alone.
No, no, you get back here.
Damn you, Cash. I was trying to leave you and Barrett alone. You two seemed like you needed the room to yourselves.
Arrgh. He says he's gonna leave this to us. I'm all ready. I got it flying.
You're always ready for the pirate flag to fly.
Oh yeah, I'm you know I'm just like there, man.
But the VP, as he said, as for Nintendo Switch 2's price of 450, he said, but I think anytime you're building a new system that's got new features and new tech, there's costs associated with that. So again, we look at what is the experience on Nintendo Switch? What is the experience on Nintendo Switch 2? What are the new features that it offers? And certainly there's the cost of goods and things that factor into that. But we try to find the right appropriate price for a product based on that. As noted above, Nintendo told Polygon that it was delaying pre orders for the Nintendo Switch from April 9th to an undetermined date. That's right. You could have pre-ordered your Switch 2 today until Nintendo said, "Nope, we're delaying it." And it's because of the tariffs.
It's those evil tariffs again, man.
My plan is coming to fruition.
The, the the evil tariffs, so people can all say "f the orange man" and whatever. All the yeah, it's very
Mhm.
exciting.
A Nintendo spokesman said pre-orders for Nintendo Switch in the US will not start on April 9th in order to assess the potential impact of tariffs and evolving market conditions. Nintendo will update timing at a later date. The launch date of June 5th, 2025 is unchanged.
Yeah,
Given the company is delaying pre orders, it's likely that a price hike for either the hardware or software or both might be accompanied as well. Yep.
Mhm.
as I said, the only thing that's worth it is buying the bundle. That's it, because
Yeah.
you're saving yourself money on Mario Kart World. That's the only thing that I feel is worth anything right
Yeah.
now.
Instead of paying $80 for the game, you're paying $50 for the game.
Right.
But it's not even a physical copy. I
No.
still like having a physical copy.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Uh, the people who are complaining about how high prices are going up, did they forget that games were starting to go up $70? And that's weird. That was before the tariffs. That's odd.
What? No, come on.
What?
Don't stop that, man. Stop that.
That's not greed. No, not at all. These companies aren't getting greedier. That's crazy. No,
Yeah.
makes sense.
I think we I think we all complain about them being greedy.
Yeah, I mean, heck, last year, $70 for Solar Blade, $70 for
Yeah,
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
yeah. Are those games worth $70? I
and
don't think
and,
so.
and don't forget, a couple of months ago, it's being rumored that Grand Theft Auto 6 might be $100.
Holy snarkies! Yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
Yeah.
And all I gotta say is not interested.
And once again, I will continue to point out people on the left or other people that want to be drones about this stuff is okay, so you're fine before with America having money sucked out of our country by other countries. Okay, just admit that. Just admit that. You want the handouts, you want this. Okay, great.
Wow, Cash came in swinging, didn't he? He really
He-
started
He's re-
off.
he's ready. He's ready.
Yeah, he was.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah, and right into it.
It's not. I mean, that's. Are we going to look at this logically, or do we want to just keep being
No,
illogical about this
I want
stuff?
my feelings. I
Okay.
want my feelings. Damn it!
Yeah.
I wish I had feelings. I don't have feelings.
Yes, DJ, he did. Hello,
Hmm.
Lady Mist.
Everybody
I'm
was
just,
missing
I'm just
Cash.
trying to catch up with the chat.
So
Yeah,
the
the chat
question is,
needed it.
okay, so we'll take. Okay, so say Trump decided, no, I'm not going to do any tariffs. Do we really believe that these prices would go down that much?
No, they might even stay even. It just helps with the excuse excuse thing. Yeah, and because of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Quick, throw that in there too with the complaints. I mean, I'm sorry. They've always game companies always has been that way, and I mean all the way back to the Atari 2600 days. I mean,
Yeah, I just don't remember ever. I don't know. Maybe my parents did, but I don't remember ever paying even Atari games. I mean, I think they were still about $60, but other people have said these stuff went up to like 90 and so on these games. I don't know, maybe they did, but I just remember gaming was always around $60, $40 for Game Boy games, uh $60 for Super Nintendo games, and that was just a
hmm
pretty much standard price. It's only been the last few years that even digital games are going up to $70, where digital games should actually always be cheaper than
Mhm.
physical.
hmm
So if people are going to say like we just give these people a pass because we're supposed to love Nintendo or we're supposed to love everything, exactly, Lady Miss. So I mean, so we just sit there and keep making excuses about this stuff instead of
well, of
saying,
course.
"Wait a second." That's why, thank goodness that there's people out there that say we're going to save you money.
hmm Well, I mean, it comes down to this one, Cash. A lot of people are just like will be out there screaming, "Eat the rich," and then go nuts over Taylor Swift, and you kind of go, you realize she's part of Eat the Rich, right?
Yeah, she's part of eating the rich, and then she jacks up her ticket sales and the tickets that people buy. Same with
Well, yeah.
what's his face at the time a few years ago, and that's fine with people. Like, where do we
Well,
where do we actually draw the line? Like, is Bruce Springsteen worth the money that he was getting paid a
no.
few years ago? You know, I
Well, no, but that's just it
that you
though.
go to his
They'll
concert.
say eat
Yeah.
the rich. They'll
Hmm.
say eat the rich until you get to the person that you like, and say,
Hmm.
"Oh, eat the rich." Eat, because a lot of those that go to the concerts are the ones that are also screaming "Eat the rich," and then they're in there with
Right.
Taylor Swift. It's like but no, she treats everybody so well, and she gives. A lot of the rich does are probably a lot better, and eat the rich, go up there. I know there's not much meat
Right.
on there, but there you go, eat the rich.
Yep. I mean, the same people who are always complaining about the rich people, do they understand also that the rich people have also created jobs for people? No, I guess not.
hmm
No, of course not. Why would they? Because all rich people are evil to these clowns.
I am.
So
Mhm. No, I mean, I think they're forgetting too that we're still coming out of the 4 years uh, in the Wonderland wastelands, and people still don't have the money to go out there and necessarily buy it, to buy a lot of this stuff. So, the more you jack up the prices, the less chance you get somebody to buy it.
Right.
But they're just trying to go for moolah, as much moolah as they think they can get. When it's like you lower the price, you get more people buying your product.
Right.
You get a roll. You get even a bigger roll off of that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel Nintendo is just making an excuse about these tariffs. They could have still done the pre-orders on April 9th, but no, let's just see what's going on here. Cash Oprah is the only good rich person. Oprah used to do some good things, to be fair, DJ, but what
Well,
she's turned into, yeah.
well, a lot of people have done good things, but
Mhm.
you just don't ever hear about it, or
Right.
they don't want it heard. So,
True.
um, and they want they're not out there to be it's about them. It's truly about what they're trying to do. So, don't ever start judging a lot of these people. You never know
Yes.
what they're giving, and it's none of your business.
I'm glad, DJ. I'm glad. Yeah, exactly. It's none of your business, and you can just do nice things without getting recognition for it. What? Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah, DJ, it's none of your business, man. Come on, man.
Now, yes, I mean, to be fair, if the tariffs were around for 2 years and so on, then yes, there would be probably a wave but even recently, some of the tariffs were dropped. What? That's crazy. They're supposed to
Well,
last forever. Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of going into a Rumble area. This is what I was
Yeah, yeah,
saving
yeah.
for the Rumble,
A little bit.
but you came in hot.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
If I
just
had
a
a
bit.
problem with it, you guys would know.
Yeah.
You
So
see the private messages he was sending us?
so sticking to just these companies, okay, they're telling you before that, and we've already seen some analysts that the new Grand Theft Auto 6 potentially could be $100. Anybody who actually pays that and supports that is an absolute idiot. But that's what
Wow.
they're hoping for. That's what they're hoping for. A lot of these companies that they're hoping that's a base game, guys. Base game potentially being
Hmm.
$100. That's insane.
Hmm.
That's Looney Tunes, and not the
Yeah.
good Looney Tunes, the bad Looney Tunes. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know there was a difference.
Let, let, let's see. Pay $100 for a game, or if I'm lucky, pay my electrical bill at $100. If I'm lucky.
Right.
Yeah, you can't play the game without electricity.
Right.
Unless
Right.
you hook it up to like one of those bicycles that the exercise bicycles, and you bike to get the generator going so you can play the game, like some people have done.
Yep. And that's why it was interesting. Like Square, when they brought out finally Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to PC on Steam, what did they gave it a 30% off, and it was only $48. Well, why did they do that? Because maybe because the game on PlayStation had been out for a while, that they were like, let's help the PC people. But once again, we're spoiled. You want to find deals on some games, you could find deals and good deals.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Better than even Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo, even with the Switch. How low did the price go down even with the Switch around like Black Friday? Not much, maybe
It,
$50,
really, the
maybe.
cost of the Switch hasn't gone down all that much since its
No,
release.
it
No.
still hasn't. There's an
No.
article about that recently, just a few days ago. It still hasn't gone down
It,
much in
it,
price.
it's not like back in the day where the NES came out, and after several years, that started going down in price. Same with the Genesis, the Super Nintendo,
Yes.
the PlayStation, and the original Xbox, and every console that followed. Eventually, the price went down, but I
Yes.
haven't seen the price go down for the Switch
Not much.
all that much.
Nope.
Not to where it's been noticeable.
Nope. And if you guys want to get like good games, just go and you want to save money, go on eBay. Save yourself about $15, $20, $45 here, 47. Sure there's still tax. There's always going to be tax, but
Yeah, and depending on where you live, you're going to pay more in
Wow.
sales tax than other states.
right, unless you
Okay.
live in Delaware, which has no sales
No,
tax.
no
So,
sales tax.
right.
South Dakota, I don't think they got sales.
Which Phil
Yeah.
has mentioned several times.
Many times.
Yeah. I don't pay any taxes. Yeah. The IRS been after me. Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Anything else to say about this article and what the VP had to say about why the consoles cost as much as it does, why the games are going to cost as much as they are going to cost, unless you already have certain games or you have certain memberships?
Yeah, swing and a miss.
Well, if there's truly an actual backlash and stuff, they will have to lower their prices. There was an actual backlash with the 3DS, so we'll see.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, again, this could end up being another Wii U situation. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it could end up.
Well,
Yes.
hoping for the best. I still like that. Wii U. Oh, I'm
So
on here. Hi.
before we get over to the Rumble side, is there anything you gentlemen want to talk about or mention or promote, perhaps?
Well, tomorrow on Chase Fox's 540 studio, you got the Beyond between 6 and 6:30 Central Daylight Time. And reason why we have such a big thing, he's Norwegian. You have the Beyond with your host Jace Fox himself, as well as Prismatics, Kilted Cajun. You also have Hoshi and Whoopa Troopa. And of course, Tom, the Techno Sapien, Cash Monet 007, and Moa, me, all on that show. So please join us tomorrow on YouTube at Jace Fox's 540 Studio, The Beyond. Back to you, Mike.
All right, Cash, anything in the works for the
Well,
Phantom Hooligans YouTube channel or Cash
what we
Money Madness?
what we Baron and I are actually gonna work on getting back to Cranky Old Fans next week, so we'll see how that goes. We just got to
Yay.
figure out what the situation with Jace is, because the thing is, we were using StreamYard for forever, it seems. So we'll have to figure it out with the Jace thing, because the thing is, if we use the free version, we don't get the knickknacks.
Patty Wax.
That's right.
The
So
knick-knack paddywhacks give your dog a bone.
that's right.
Yeah.
In terms
Do
of
it like Andrew Dice Clay.
uh, in terms of the multiplayer and some of the other things on the Phantom Hooligans and the Twitch channel on Cash Money 007, uh, I just I have to still install OBS Studio on the computer. I have to test it to see if it's going to work. I think it will. So I just still need to do all that if we're going, because I think we're gonna start back with Marvel Rivals as far as I know, and then from there we can play. Yeah, from there we can play our secret game that we thing. But since Baron actually had fun with Marvel Rivals and got a lot of kills when we tested it in the game, YouTube, you fucking piece. No, but
Whoa.
yeah, I
Most
know,
of the
right?
kills were me, by the way.
Wow.
I sucked.
Yeah. We know what you did to Apion, by the way, YouTube, you pieces. Anyways,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
Let's address that after you promote yourself.
okay.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's
so
done.
we'll see what's going on. There's still it looks like, unfortunately, I'm going to have to hold off because the computer guy I talked to, he's going through some stuff, hospital stuff, so we're going to have to hold off until around summer to finally build the super desktop. So the laptop will do nicely for now. So
The super desktop, the
yeah.
desktop of
Well,
destruction, the
I mean,
At
desktop
least,
of doom.
at
I'm
least,
going to be going from the 1080 Ti to something around a either a 5 series or even a 490. So I mean, that's going to be interesting. So I'm going to go from 16 gigs of RAM to about 64 gigs of RAM or so, or even more than that. So yes, it's going to be a supercomputer from what I have now.
and at least you're not having to send it down to Honduras where they loaded with orca pictures.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But what you guys have right now with the 3 series and stuff for the video card, it should
We
still
got a
run
4 series. We got
everything.
a 4070
Oh, you got a
Ti in
470.
ours.
Okay, you guys are set. So I mean, you guys are set for a long time. I can't see being even minimum requirements for the next 5 years. I mean, but I would always tell people you got to go up to a big upgrade. If you're at a 1080 Ti, go to a big upgrade because you want it to last a number of years. Yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted this. So
Hmm. Yeah.
uh,
Yep. I
I
mean,
even did my first operation on it by putting the 2 terabyte hard drive on there. I felt so techy.
I mean, when I saw the computer on Amazon, I
Hmm.
thought, well, this meets all my requirements, especially after my old computer died.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Boy, it
then
died.
I shared that information with you, Baron, and
Hmm. And it was on sale.
yeah, that was a bonus factor about it.
Yeah.
I know I sound like I'm cheap, but I want to make sure that if I'm gonna buy something, that I'm gonna at least get my
Hmm.
money's worth, and if I can save money at the same time, well, even better.
I'm
Yeah.
cheap. I admit it.
Yep.
Really.
I'm just
But
glad I have access to a computer that can finally run everything. I want to run Indiana Jones. I can run that. I want to run Marvel Rivals the way it's supposed to be run. I can run that. It's nice.
this way, when Cash is playing Marvel Rivals, he doesn't turn into the Hulk
That's
Yeah.
right.
because of his PC.
That's
Cash.
right.
Cash.
Uh,
Hey, then.
yes, they should, DJ. Yes, they
Yeah,
should.
they should.
Hmm. Okay. So you had a
Whoa,
rant.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa.
8 terabyte?
Oh wow.
Nice. Yeah. Why not?
Well, why would it be foolish?
I don't think so, man. With all the how much games are memory and other things, I mean, why not? Especially if you're going to run a server or something on there, then
Mm-hmm.
you're going to need even more memory. Yeah, 4 terabyte should be good for and then get some.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I have a 4 terabyte that I keep
Yeah,
all the intros backed up on, just in case
Hmm.
something happens.
yeah, and that's going to be the one on the actual motherboard, I guess, because those are one of the best. So. Okay. Well,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right, so Baron, what do you have coming up on Baron
You.
Omentag's Fandom Legacy? Are you gonna be protecting your country?
I'll try to get one out. I know I've been saying it, but yeah. So I'm going to actually have to quit being a freaking lazy bum that I am and actually do it. I'm going to do a practice one to make sure I got it things, and I'll record. Or maybe if I get some help, I'll do it live. Won't that be special? So, but I hope to do that. If it happens, Monday, 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time on Baron Omen Tags Fandom Legacy. That's my home. Be there or be obtuse.
Now, before I
Uh,
start promoting what's coming up on Pacific414, I do want to mention about our friend Apion, who had
oh yeah.
both his channels terminated, from what I could tell.
I think
Both
you're
his
right.
Apion channel and Two Guys Talking channel.
Hmm.
I don't know the circumstances as to why those channels were terminated, but all I'm going to say is if it's YouTube terminating them, I don't see what kind of content he would have done that would have warranted it.
No, I don't either.
I don't.
No, he said it was something before linked to Cosme, but I don't know. I could see YouTube pulling some bullshit. So that's what he thinks. He thinks it's something linked to Cosme.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. It still sounds like a lot of BS. I mean, I remember
Mm-hmm.
when Gogol 13 went down and Brandon came back to the
Mm-hmm.
anime guy.
Yes, with
Yeah.
the whole gun thing. Yes, in the back is stupid. Yes,
Yeah.
idiots. Yep.
Morons, buffoons.
But all I'm going to say is on the matter, I don't know what it is, but YouTube, look into it and restore Apion and Two Guys Talking, the YouTube channels.
Yeah.
According
Do
to
it.
Apion, they said they're not going to do it. It's really, and he's like, I'm done with this shit. So
Mm.
I can understand that too.
Hey,
You can only go back and forth so many times before you say fine.
bite me. Yeah,
yeah, it's bullshit.
it is.
I mean, I hate seeing a fellow creator lose their channel. Now, granted, like I said, I don't know the full reason as to why, but I've had it happen to myself where they terminated my channel. I had to fight to get it back.
Yeah. That's ridiculous out there. No, quit
Mm-hmm.
going after the little guys.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they do so much hard work and you do that to them.
Yes.
And Lady Miss says, I wish I knew how to upgrade a PC right now. I only know how to threaten it.
Threatening does help sometimes, but yeah, I know what you
Sometimes.
mean. Cash
Yeah, well,
Cash lived by
oh,
threatening his computer.
well, if you ever need a lesson in upgrading the computer, Lady Mist, you can ask me, Cash, Baron, DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably not me. I'm not the best. But the other ones are smarty pantses.
Baron, you were
What?
able to put your new SSD into your computer, so
That's nothing. That was
still,
nothing.
Still some.
you got to be able to know what you're doing, even with that too. If you're missing the screw, well,
That's right.
you're out of luck.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even bring up that freaking screw.
Oh, and I know what a pain in the butt that can be, especially with how small that screw is, and
And
if you
these
don't,
sausage.
yeah.
And
But
these don't work well.
my hands don't always work well either, so I can definitely relate to that.
Hmm.
But as far as what's coming up on Pacific414 for YouTube and Rumble, tomorrow I'll be playing more Rise of the Ronin.
Oh,
Yes, I like that game. That game's fun.
looks cool. I'll have to pick it up sometime.
Yeah, it's on Steam right now
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
for 50
Yeah.
bucks. So
Hmm.
I know I'm playing the PS5 version, but it's still the same game.
Yes.
It's the same game but different.
And then this Sunday we will have our watch party of Walt Disney's
Woohoo.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And after we have the watch party, I will be giving everybody all the 411 on something that I am. Well, Baron knows. Baron knows how much I want this to succeed. But I am looking forward to starting this.
Guess who's
he-
doing the music for the next film? That's
I'm glad I found that piece of music.
It's awesome.
good.
So EV Mux is working now with this stuff because I heard the sound. It looked.
We lost cash. We lost cash. Mike, is there something wrong? We
Hey,
lost cash.
I don't know, Baron. Do you hear anything? I don't hear
No,
anything.
just some droning, but that's about it. I mean, is there a short?
Oh, boy.
Just some guy going, these people.
Hilarious. Yes.
No,
But no,
I mean,
I guess
I
they
mean,
fixed EV Mux's.
For the moment, it's working. I never
No,
try to get too
no.
no.
comfortable or excited when something is working well with EV Mux.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, actually, that is the moment to be having a party. Whoop! It's working.
As I don't want to give too much away before Sunday of what it all entails, but you don't have to be a member to watch the episode. You don't have to be a member to be a guest to talk about a specific episode for The Adventure Continues. I'm making this is the last thing I'll say about it. I am making the Cosme link available to anyone who wishes to watch the episode that is being discussed that night. But I don't want to say any more before Sunday.
You should have told them that I knew about it because they could torture me, and I have a low pain threshold.
Baron?
What?
Baron?
What?
Baron?
What? What?
You know what happens. You know very well what happens if you spill the beans, my friend. You know exactly what happens if you spill the beans.
Don't do it,
my
man.
friend.
Yeah.
You have that look on your face, like you say you're.
The Klingon Empire will remember what has happened here. You have sided against us in battle, and this we do not forgive or forget.
Our full what? Full. Come on. What happened?
Do not spill the beans, Baron.
I won't. I'm keeping it.
Look at that. Look at those.
I don't trust him.
I would not trust him. He's ready. He's so ready to do it.
It's about Kurtzman's trick. We're going to be talking about Kurtzman's trick.
No. It's only going to be Star Trek from Gene Roddenberry and the Rick Berman era. I'm not going to say any more because if I say any more, I'm going to spill the whole beans. After telling Baron, don't spill the beans.
Wow, that would be fun.
Yes.
But yes, Sunday, the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs watch party, and then information on The Adventure Continues, a Star Trek discussion. And then next Tuesday, since I already beat Metro 2033 Redux, I'm going to be playing the game that's modeled after a JRPG, but it's not just any JRPG. It's a JRPG that has a little bit of madness in it, yeah.
And you're going to do that for 2, 4, 5 hours, right? The whole with
Oh,
that
it goes
voice.
6 hours.
Nothing's
6 hours?
guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed whether I'm gonna be playing the game for 2 to 3 hours or even doing this voice for 2 to 3 hours. But you better believe that there won't be any Hogan in the game. Yeah.
Well, what you need to do before the game, do a lot of screaming and do a lot of weed. They'll get the voice there.
So we're bringing him back to life, just like Jim Varney. Hey, Vern.
And And before these two smartasses think they know what game it's gonna be, no, it's not gonna be WWE 2K25. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's gonna be a game, like I said, that's like a JRPG set in the wrestling world. You're in the wrestling ring, yeah. You're trying to rise to the top. Grab that brass ring, yeah. Grab it like the Macho Man Randy Savage did by becoming the Intercontinental Champion and the WWF Champion, also the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna be playing Russell Quest on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And if you fall asleep over time, buried over tag, I'm gonna climb the top rope and I'm gonna give you a mighty elbow drop from the top. Ooh yeah.
What? What? What?
He's a smart aleck, yeah. He's a real smart aleck, yeah. He's just a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee in the big time, yeah.
Mike
Yes.
needs help today.
No, no, I'm trying to hype up WrestleQuest. It's a game. It's a JRPG inspired game. It's set in the wrestling world, and you have guys like the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, Coco Beware, Sergeant Slaughter, and a few other wrestlers in it, as well as the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh yeah, dig it.
Well, if they have the voice, I hope they got a guy who can do it good.
The guy does an okay job.
They should have called you, man.
Yeah, but you see, I really gotta get into character, you know? I really gotta start thinking like the Macho Man, yeah. And let's see, the Panel Wannabe says, I'm surprised we haven't had a Royal Rumble match on any of the wrestling games yet. I haven't played many of the wrestling games, nor have I streamed many of them either, Panel Wannabe. I
Because
haven't.
they're giving you more money for less content. Isn't that what's happened with these wrestling games?
That's what's happening with all games. We're being
Ugh.
charged more money for less content. And
Ugh.
you look at it, you know, excuse me, a WWE game, or even MLB The Show, Madden, you're
Mm.
being asked to pay $60, $70 for very little as far as an upgrade is concerned. It's more like an updated roster.
Yeah, that's why with sports games, buy them every few years.
And even with the WWE games, it may have been an updated roster at the time they started developing the game, but if somebody gets released, then that roster's already outdated.
Yeah, I mean, you got when it worked. You guys actually, you and Paul had some fun with that other
Yeah.
2K wrestling game.
Yeah,
Which one was that?
WWE 2K22.
22. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
When it worked, when we could actually get linked up in a match together.
Yeah, that
yes.
was the problem. Kind of like
Yeah,
the
it
same
was.
thing you had with
Mm-hmm.
that stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Helldivers
I don't
2.
know. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, Helldivers 2 had some problems. I hope they fixed all that. Whenever Mike's ready to play
I,
that again, we'll.
I've got
yeah,
it back on my computer. We can
Okay.
try it one of these days to see if we
yeah,
can get connected. And,
No.
yeah,
and
yeah.
see, get back to WWE 2K22. I know Paul and I weren't having problems, and weren't the only ones having those problems.
Hmm.
Because other people were saying when 2K23 came out, saying, is it going to be as bad as last year's game, trying to get connected to someone to play a match?
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. The infrastructure for these online games has to be kept up to date and has to be able to handle, the amount of
Yes.
players that want to play against each other.
Mm,
Right.
yep. I don't know. I don't think 2K is now. The wrestling games are always online. I don't think. I think there's an offline online thing, but I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. All I know is from 2K22, but even Paul and I stopped playing it because again we couldn't get connected, and you know the game
Yeah.
had its issues too.
Yeah, it did.
That was back in the days when we were sitting around in the VC and mocking you guys on the air. Yeah, I miss those days. We
Mhm.
guys do that where, you know, yeah, got someone there like we used to do. Give
I'm
me
sure
time.
if we,
I miss
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Well, we could do that again. Didn't we do that for? I
you
don't know.
guys did it when I was playing
I
Evil
mean, we
West.
just, I
Yeah, but
yeah.
that was a
I
long
mean, we
time ago.
told,
That's
yeah.
not
I
even a
I
year
mean,
know,
ago. Yeah.
I think Mike has said, and this goes for any of us on this panel, that if you guys want to, if we want to be in VC, just
I
let
have
Mike
no
know ahead of time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have no problem with anybody who wants to be in VC on Discord as I'm playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me know ahead of time
Right.
so I know to have it ready
Exactly.
for the stream, and so that I'm prepared too. So, you know, I'm not playing a game, and then all of a sudden somebody pops in. It's like, what the?
Right. Exactly.
That's even more fun. I see you. Yeah. Look behind you. What? What?
But
It's fun.
also with that, I will try to share my screen, but sometimes with the way the internet is around here, it might be good for the stream itself. But if I'm sharing my screen on Discord, Discord has its fits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it has some fits. It does.
Yep.
They're
You heard us.
updating it all the time though, which is good. I'm glad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But we're gonna go ahead and go over to the Rumble side.
Let's go.
Because I'm sure there are a couple of topics that Cash and Baron and I do want to talk about on that side, but I do want to thank everybody who has been by this evening. Lady Mist, thank you very much as always. Padawannabe, thank you very much, brother. DJ Ronnie G, thank you very much. As I scroll up here, of course, thank you for the 20-month member chat you sent DJ, and thank you, Baron, for doing the same.
I had to know you somehow.
And of course, Tim, also known as FKHC 2005. Thank you. Phil McCracken, thank you very much. Jason Fox of 540 Studio, thank you very much. Snorted Poopus Cuber, thank you, Snorty. Appreciate it. And Jet Sparks, thank you very much. You're on, thank you, Shane. Apollomies, thank you very much. And I love reading the story about how and why and what it represents as far as her tattoo is concerned.
Hmm.
And looks like
But why anybody would want to put cash money on their arm, I have no idea. But
No.
no, he wasn't here
I don't
for
know,
it, so that's why I threw that one.
but I am gonna include the link for the Rumble side. So if anybody over on YouTube or on X would like to join us over on the Rumble side, you're more than welcome to do so. And if you have things that you want to do, you know, do them. But thank you for coming by tonight. Really appreciate it.
I don't care if they got stuff to do. They should come. Come, come.
Mm-hmm.
This is
So
more
yeah.
fun, more entertaining.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you have a good Wednesday night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, everybody. We love you.
Bye bye.